let's get started. So I mentioned before that Trish will be 30 minutes late to each session. So when she gets here, we'll explain how she meets you guys and why she just randomly appears. And then we'll do some character introductions at that stage. I think she's watched a bit of the live stream, so she knows what's going on. So let's do a recap of last session. So you guys have made it to Kelvin's Cairn. You trekked across the tundra and you tried to find these missing ingots. However, you'd learned that a goblin named Isabai had stumbled upon them, and she'd commanded her goblin toadies to take them to Karkalok, the goblin fortress. And she said that she had just come to town to treat with the people of 10 towns and deliver a message that's a treaty between the 10 towners and goblinoids, so there is peace. Obviously the goblins are in some sort of trouble, everyone is, with the cold. Anyway, with that said and done, you had more pressing matters at hand, and that's to try and find these missing hikers that have made their way up Kelvin's Cairn, namely Garrett, and you've begun the treacherous ascent up the mountain. After being led there directly to the base camp by Boy, you've begun climbing the mountain, and along the way you've had to fight through mountain goats, and you've even been smothered by an avalanche. Eventually, after making your way through the avalanche, you'd arrived to find Garrett, fallen climber, who told you that he was chased by a Yeti, and his adventuring party was attacked. He led the Yeti down the mountain, fleeing, and managed to attract its attention and get the Yeti away from his allies, but not before the Yeti tore a chunk out of Garrett's side. Garrett's badly injured and quite badly exhausted as well. However, he's still alive, and he insists on finding the others. Before you guys could make any decisions about what to do, two crag cats had snuck up on you guys, and they've pounced down on you all. That's where we ended the session. So these are known as the Hunter of Men. They like human meat. And I do believe everyone is surprised. So this is just very treacherous mountain terrain. Everything's covered with snow. You've got your snowshoes on. There's a little frozen river here, a few rocks scattered about. You're quite high in elevation. There's a 20-foot cliff in which the crag cats pounce down upon you guys. So that's where we're going to start today's session. Everyone is surprised. No one has high enough passive perception not to be surprised. So, Ash, you're no longer surprised. You get your reaction back. Kelgrath, you're no longer surprised. You get your reaction back.
How surprising.
Varys, you're no longer surprised. You get your reaction back. Etc. Etc. Now these crag cats, they blend in with the snow, and you guys had no idea that they're upon you. This one leaps down, pouncing from the cliff 20 feet straight down. A quick little hop and a jump on the way down there, and it leaps for Kelgrath. Paws first, sharp claws jutting out the tips of its paws, and it misjudges its jump and it tumbles forward in the snow. It then quickly jumps to the side. It's incredibly quick, and it provokes an opportunity attack from Kelgrath and Ash. Oh yeah, I forgot about the exhaustion. Let me fix yours up. Garrett actually should be surprised too.
I will keep my reaction.
you go on -1.
I'm already, but it'd be -1.
Alright, as you swing the warhammer, that hits. You clip the crag cat in its hind leg. And you hit it quite hard, like straight in the knee. And it just keeps on hobbling forward. A tiny bit of blood just kind of patters down on the white snow. And this crag cat is going to jump at Jiris, leaping down, stepping a couple of times along the cliffside. Claws first, it comes in at Jiris. And it lands directly on top of you. When that happens, you need to make a strength saving throw. It lands on you and it forces you to the ground prone. As that's happening, its claws are digging into you for 6 slashing damage. It lets out a growl, and then the other crag cat lets out a growl. Sounds like a man screaming in terror. Not only does it claw you, it starts mauling you with its fangs. And it tears those fangs into you and starts taking out bits of meat. It sinks its fangs into Jiris, and Jiris loses consciousness.
My special star boy, no!
Jiris, making death saves is your favorite thing. Make a death saving throw.
Is he surprised while he's making those death saving throws?
Yes. Are you there, Jiris? Hello? Did we lose him? Oh, there we go. Alright, Jiris is not looking too good. Alright, Winston, you're surprised. Mimi, you're surprised. Ash, you're up.
Okay, seeing Jiris go down and the other cat over there, let's focus on the immediate threat. I'm going to skirt around Mimi and run up to the crag cat. Let's go ahead and bonus action rage. Before swinging my warhammer at this cat that just attacked Jiris.
Hit. You swing the warhammer forward and you hear a loud crunch as the head of the hammer smashes directly into the crag cat's ribs. Kilgrath.
Okay. Is this difficult terrain or no?
Not if you have snowshoes on.
Okay.
Snowshoes ignore difficult terrain.
Okay, cool. Then I shall twin. Go ahead and twin a chaos bolt on the 2 crag cats. So first one is the one that's to the closest one. That's a 5 and a 3, so that's going to be lightning damage.
A warbling orb of lightning hovers towards the crag cat, and a random bolt of lightning just arcs off, smashing into the crag cat's side, scorching its fur and leaving it quite severely injured.
Alright, and then the second bolt is going to hit the other crag cat. Oh wow, 16. Alright, so that's a that can only be poison.
Okay. It's same numbers as well, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately it's
Too
past
far.
the speed. I can hit Garrett, I guess. I'm gonna, but I could. So I
Don't
so
give
it's
away your evil psychopath secret just yet.
Okay, that's
Alright,
fair. Okay.
Yeah, this sprays out a puff of green noxious gas, and the crag cat growls.
And then I'm going to hide behind Ash.
It's coughing and spluttering, and it's looking pretty bad.
Right. Yeah, that's my turn.
Varus.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word on Juris.
A healing wind emanates from Varus, wrapping around Juris and sealing up that vicious bite mark on his neck.
Oh, come on, my star boy! We've got this! I'm gonna rush the cat, my warhammer. And take a swing.
Hit.
Oh, so close.
You connect the crag cat straight in the face. It knocks its head to the side and blood drips down its fur. It bites its tongue and it's looking very, very hurt. Boy starts barking viciously and protects Garrett. Jumps on the crag cat and starts trying to bite it. Has advantage from pack tactics.
Go, boy,
And,
go!
Boy leaps onto the crag cat,
Nice.
sinks his fangs into the crag cat's neck, and drops it to the ground.
Yeah!
Good boy. He is a good boy.
Boy then jumps in front of Garrett, continues barking. "Rawr, rawr, rawr."
No, don't die, boy.
And the crag cat flees. It dashes and just runs down the mountain, leaping from ledge to ledge. It's gone. Get
Bye.
it off.
We did it!
Hooray.
Half of you didn't get a move.
Yeah, that's par for the course today.
Mimi's just standing there dumbfounded, like, what happened?
Ah, cats. Ah. Bye, cats. Ah.
I just wanted to see if I could keep one as a pet.
You're busy sheltering your dragon.
Garrett
Think of that.
brings himself to his feet.
Ah. Well, just as well that you came when you did. They must have got a catch of me scent. If it were not for you being here now, I don't think I would have survived any longer.
That's why we're here, I guess. So,
I'm
You're
gonna check
welcome.
the crag cat for loot.
is he
It's,
like?
uh,
Does he have like a?
Is there a backpack?
It's a it's a cat.
I don't know, man. Cats can have sweaters or neckties or whatever.
It's a big cat. There's gotta be at least 20 meat hunks on that thing.
Gotta
Hey,
cut him
carve
open
out
and
some
check his
meat hunks.
stomach.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get some meat hunks from that cat.
It is
Feed
one
him to the goats.
giant meat hunk. Garrett, he stands up and he's staggering a little bit, but Boy kind of barks and helps him along. He kind of leans on Boy a little bit.
Oh. Alright. Ah!
He grabs his side.
Fuck. I'm still a bit sore. Oh, that Yeti. Oh. So Keegan sent you to find me, and that you've done. However, I'm not going back down that mountain without the others. Ah! I owe it to them. I'm their guide, and I've led them into nothing but treachery and danger.
I don't think they would be very happy with you if you went back up and got yourself killed, personally. We aren't in much of a condition to stay up here for a prolonged period of time and fight. I don't know if you saw, but our good pal Jiris here went down with just the cats.
If you think I'm heading back down that mountain and leaving the other 3 up there to die, then you're gravely mistaken, miss. Oh, now I thank you for finding me and healing me. But I'm not heading back to Targos without them. Oh. They may not be known to you, but in the short time that I was with them, I've got to know them a bit. There's Mokingo. They call him the Growling Bear, from the Akhenathi clan. A Goliath warrior. He wanted to come up the mountain to find Oyam Minotaur. Supposedly some sort of were creature / Goliath. He wanted to test his mettle against her. And then there was Perilous Fishfinger, the halfling, full of some fertility halfling god, and Mokingo's companion, a fiery little one she is, but as tough as nails. And then there's Asterix. She was mumbling a lot and swearing a lot, but I didn't know what her story is. So you see, these are people that have lives. And I know they're up there. And we must find them. What if it was one of you up there? Any one of you? Would you leave the rest of your companions behind?
Ferris takes a good hard look at all of his recently met companions.
No.
Definitely not Jiris.
If there's a chance to save people, we should at least try.
Yeah, there's like. Yeah, let's keep going. See if we can find more. Hopefully this is the worst of it.
Should we take a short rest first?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
long
we
have you
sh-
been up here, Garrett? How long have they been missing?
It's been a couple of days now. But no way I'm leaving even if there's a slither of doubt they're still alive. I managed to survive by digging myself a little dugout here in the snow. It's an old mountaineer's trick. The temperature's ambient in there. You'll not freeze to death. I told them of that, and I've hoped they've done the same or found themselves a cave. That's the only way anyone would survive up here for this many days, subject to the elements. In this Frostmaiden bitch's never-ending rhyme. If you need to get your second wind, and I suggest you do so, I'm not asking any of you to accompany me, but I won't disagree if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't want you to go there, but
Aye then. Let us catch our breath.
yeah.
Continue up the mount.
So if you guys want to hang out here for an hour, you can do so. Take a short rest. Nothing happens during an hour that you're waiting here except for yourself slowly freezing to death.
Oh, is that all? Oh, come on.
Click the right
Oof.
one. Garrett's
Oof.
Dog should roll 8 hit dice too.
Oh my god! We all rolled ones?
boy's gonna take a short rest.
Gosh. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. What the fuck? Yeah. Let's do that. Might as well. Ah, dog rolled a 1 as well.
1 and a 6.
So,
All
just a quick aside while we're resting. Are we level 2 or level 3?
Level
2.
2.
Oh, I was just confused because we were using meta magic in the last fight, which I thought was at level 3, but
I have a feat.
yeah, I assumed you got the feat, so I just thought
Yep.
I'd check.
Yeah, level 3. You need to complete a couple more quests before you get there. I mean, sorry, level 2. Yeah, you need another couple of quests before you get to level 3. After you guys have finished your short rest, make a constitution saving throw with advantage with the extreme cold. Alright, obviously Jirus is not affected. And,
Telegraph?
Oh, I rolled a 12.
Oh, okay.
Kograth got a 12. And yeah, you guys realize that Garrett is not boding too well. He'll use some hit die actually. He has some. He'll heal up a little bit. Yeah, he is struggling to walk. He's limping quite badly.
Alright. Up we go.
You guys peer up and you just see cliffs upon cliffs upon cliff. A vague path, a trail continues up the mountainside. You march up higher into the mountain. You've had to climb a little bit, but you haven't had to pull out your climbing kits yet. As you march up the mountain, travel for about 45 more minutes. It's a slow ascent. You barely make a quarter of a mile, if that. And at this point, you have come across some narrow ledges and some icy cliffs, and you have to zigzag your way up the mountain to pass these obstacles. It's going to be very difficult, and it's going to take you guys several hours climbing. Who has a climber's kit?
Jirus does.
Varus does as well.
That is
Yeah,
for me.
Ash does.
Okay. To make your way through this perilous climb, you'll need to make a group athletics check. And if you have the climber's kit, you can have advantage. It's going to be an arduous journey, but you're not at any real risk of falling off the cliff and dying, plummeting thousands of feet. It's more of just how much your body can handle, how physically able you are. So, you need a group athletics check. Advantage if you have a climber's kit. It makes it a little bit easier. And boy can climb up too. Jumping.
I have crampons. Do they have any contributing effect, or?
No, they're just for walking on ice.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 8 of you. So with a group check, at least half of the party need to succeed. So that's 4 people need to succeed. The only one that has exhaustion at the moment is Mimi and Garrett. Alright, you've begun climbing. You get through the first leg of this perilous climb. You will need to make another group athletics check now.
If it matters, I do have a climber's kit to cancel out my disadvantage from exhaustion.
Okay, very much does matter. And you'll need to make 1-2, Kelgra.
Athletics.
Continue the climb. And you make progress. You're climbing up sheer, icy cliffs. Literally small stone protrusions jutting up out of the cliffside that can barely accommodate your fingertips at times. And you have to leap from cliff face onto a overhang of some gangly looking trees, and snow is falling down all around you, and this is all the while fighting the cold. But you're making good progress, and there's just the final leg of this perilous climb to go. When you look up about 100 feet above you, you can see another landing up here where you should be able to stand without having to cling to a cliff face. One more group athletics check. You guys make it. And after all
Yay!
that climbing through the cold, putting a strain on your bodies, you'll need a constitution saving throw with advantage from the cold weather.
Does Jiros need to roll on this one?
No. It's just the blistering cold and doesn't affect you in any way.
You are one with the ice.
Just roll anyway for solidarity.
Make us feel like you're not cheating.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys make it to the top of this particularly perilous leg of the journey. And you walk on somewhat of a trail, and you travel along this trail for a couple of 100 feet. It's snowy terrain, there's still sheer cliff faces to your left, and you can see this crag sticking up at the top of the summit. Kelvin's can, at least this summit. And now, as you round the corner, up ahead on your left, there is a 15-foot high, 10-foot wide cave mouth, and there is blood on the snow, some distance from the cave entrance. And Garrett,
Whoa.
he whoa-whoa-whoas you.
Caution now. This is it. This is where that fucking Yeti attacked us.
Points to the
Trish.
blood.
That's where it tore me. On the side. Mokingo, he stood up to face the creature. I think Asterix ran up, and we little Perilous ran in that cave.
Alright, let's head on in. Hopefully they're still up there and alive. Plus we could use some shelter from this blasted wind.
I'd like to take a good look around for the Yeti.
Okay. You can make a perception check. See if there's perhaps a Yeti bundled up, blending in with the snow. You don't detect anything.
Alright. I'm using my special eye.
You get an 18 on your perception check, so if a Yeti's hiding, then that goes against their stealth check.
Right.
Which they blend in very well with the snow. Any one of these lumps of snow around here could be a Yeti. And Garrett seems quite frightened, actually.
It's no laughing matter. Be cautious. or it'll rip out your tongue and you'll have none to laugh with, as it tore out me side.
And you guys can feel the imminent danger. You fought one of these Yetis and they're no joke. And all of a sudden, this blue crystal attached to a necklace around Mimi's neck, it floats up above her face, or next to her face. It's still attached to a necklace, and it gleams and glows bright blue. And all of a sudden, this blue wind, it emanates from the crystal and starts to coalesce on the ground into a humanoid shape. And it's like a human female, or perhaps an elf. Can't really tell. She has slender looking features and a mask over her face. And I'm guessing she's wearing cold weather clothing, because otherwise that would be very awkward.
Yes. I am.
It's Coriana, our new player. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll do character introductions now, and then you guys can find out why this person has just appeared. So go around the table, we can describe your character, say your class, and say your race, and then as little or as much about your character as you'd like. And we'll just go in the order that everyone's logged into Roll20, starting with Mimi and doing Trish last, or Coriana last. So, Mimi, you're up first.
So Mimi, as I'm sure Trish knows, is a 401-year-old rock gnome, and she is a divination wizard. She looks very much like her portrait, old, wrinkly, stubborn, and she thinks she's got a familiar that she says is invisible. Nobody's ever seen it.
Alrighty. We have Ash.
Ash is a white-skinned, white-haired tiefling barbarian. He's got a huge warhammer that he kind of uses as a walking stick, and kind of average height, average build, but has some muscles underneath his cold weather clothing.
Alright, next up we have Winston.
Winston's a person with pretty average height and average build. He's always found in his cold weather clothing, but that's pretty typical of the area. He tends to keep to himself, but is not hesitant to seek the assistance of others if he thinks it's to either of their benefit. He's quite friendly.
Alright. Jairus.
Jirus is a young human male. He's fairly small for a human. He's pretty much always got a dumb grin on his face. He is a Circle of Stars druid. And he's very friendly, a bit off in the head, and a bit of a vagabond. And he also says, "Whoa, Mimi, you just magicked up a whole person. You're awesome."
Magicking up a person is your favorite thing.
One of your favorite things.
Alrighty, next up we have Varys.
Varys is a priest or a cleric, human cleric. He does not proclaim to be a worshipper of any particular god, but instead a pantheon of gods. Although he is a Twilight Domain cleric, he is a middle-aged man. I got a really good appearance and backstory written on my character sheet if you ever want to read it. But he's a big dude. He's got some large muscles. Wears a big book on his chest and carries a large warhammer. And yeah, that's about it.
Alrighty. Kelgrath.
Kelgrath, contrary to the picture, actually has a shirt on, so you know. He is a human sorcerer. You can tell. Well, it's hard to tell because we're all super bundled up, but you could later on you'll be able to tell. He actually has some. What do you call this? He has some heritage of the. He has some heritage of the Reged tribes. Specifically, you can probably see some tribal markings of the Wolf clan on his cold weather gear. And he is freezing his ass off and kind of worried that Mimi did summon this human lady from from her pot, apparently. That's it.
Alrighty. And this person that's seemingly summoned out from a blue crystal necklace around Mimi's neck is Coriana.
She's very short, 4.5 feet tall, and you can see points of ears poking out from the mask. And she walks up to Mimi, bows deeply, and says, "Grandmother."
Oh my god, she did conjure her.
Is that your familiar?
No, this is my granddaughter, Coriana. Coriana, I'm afraid you've come in a rather dangerous spot. We're on top of a mountain.
I know. Your father sent me to help.
Mimi's
He's worried
father?
about you. No, my father.
Oh, okay.
Your father is Mimi's father? What? I'm sorry.
And she says to Mimi, "Your friends aren't too bright, are they?"
They're good people, though. They've been helping me adventure again.
Pulling her up this mountain, more like.
I am here to protect you.
Well, I appreciate it. I think some of my companions have been getting hit a little bit more than I have, but if you want to tag along, you're certainly welcome to. This one over here is a little bit dumber than most, and she'll kind of like motion at Garrett. And he refuses to leave this mountain unless we go get his friends, which are most likely dead.
I can hear you, you know. What is this? Witch?
She'd be speaking in gnome, because that's what Coriana talked to her in, unless you can understand gnome.
You heard the word Garrett.
He pats the boy. He just goes in the door and pats the boy instead.
Good boy.
Okay, well, I will help you. Let us go.
So, Coriana, you find yourself on this snow-capped mountain peak. There's just thin white clouds and darkness all around you. It's quite high in altitude and freezing, but you can presume that you have cold weather clothing, or if you don't, you can put some on quickly. Presume that you have a set.
Yeah, I do have the set. I will.
Garrett says to you, Mimi,
What's this about then? Summoning witches out of nowhere from the ice? What madness is this?
She'll be
Witch.
speaking in common again. This is not a witch. This is my granddaughter. She's actually quite skilled in combat, I think you'll see.
How did you do that? Summon a person from nothing. I've seen a lot of things in my time, but this is truly bizarre.
Well, you see, my memory's a little bit foggy there. I don't quite remember doing it, but she's here now, so she can travel with us. I'll vouch for her.
Mistral works in mysterious ways. Nothing to be nervous about. Seen a lot of things like that in my day.
What is she, some sort of bodyguard then?
Yes.
Right then, do you know your way around the mountain?
No,
I'm
she's-
okay at climbing.
Well, don't stray from the group and stick close to the walls. One wrong foot, and that's the last we'll ever see of you. And there's also a Yeti around here on the prowl to boot, among other things. Use caution.
I think he's Canadian.
Which way
The
should we
Yeti?
go then?
So we've been on the lookout, and there doesn't seem to be any Yetis here, right? So we should be able to hopefully get into that cave, maybe?
There's no Yetis that you can see. We'll put it that way.
I squinted my eyes. I don't see anything. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, keep in mind, anywhere in dim light is also disadvantage. So a few people have light sources, but beyond those, which is probably no more than about 30 feet, your perception check that relies on sight is at disadvantage. Well, you can still hear and smell and things like that just fine. So Garrett says,
So what's the plan then? In the cave? Or continue up the mountain?
You said this is where you got separated, right? So might be a good idea to check the cave, see if anybody has had any shelter in here. I don't know.
What about Boy? I don't think Boy should go in there.
Well, Boy seemed very intent on finding you. I think you'll see that he feels the same way about you that you feel about your companions.
I seen what that Yeti can do. I can't put Boy's life at risk. I would beg you, please allow me to stay and protect Boy. I know this is a lot to ask of you, but you're adventurers. You're a lot better suited to this than I.
Maybe just gonna squint at him because he's the one that insisted they go up and now he's not wanting to go with.
You guys could stay at the entrance of the cave and have Boy bark if there's danger.
he nods.
Okay.
How rude of me. I forgot to ask. Coriana, are you hungry? Can I offer you a nice cheese chunk in this trying time?
We might need that for the goats.
I thought the goats didn't like the cheese. They just wanted the meat.
Yeah, I gave him the meat that I had.
Yeah.
I have a delicious frozen hunk of cheese.
It may have been in his ears.
You can heat it up with your magic hand.
Okay, so this is the cave mouth. The cave is about 10 foot high. Everything's covered in snow and everything's covered in ice.
Which one of you needs some specialized? I'm gonna cast or use the Eyes of Night ability.
Okay.
It's gonna be on Jairus, and if I remember correctly, Kelgrath is a human.
Yes, I am a human.
Is there anyone else in the party that can't see in the dark? Alright, in that case, I will throw it on Ash as well, since he'll be taking point with me.
Okay. Does anyone else want to?
Yeah. Can you put it on me as well?
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you? You don't have dark vision?
Yeah. If you can give me, I don't know what the requirements are. Like, how many people can you put it on?
3 at the moment.
Oh well,
So-
I mean, just go with the others then.
Well, Ash. Ash, don't you have dark vision, Ash?
You're fine if Winston needs it.
Yeah, I was just doing because no one responded. So yeah, I'll give it to the 3 people that need it.
Okay.
And I
Alright.
will.
So
I will
additional
also.
light sources. Does other people want any other light sources?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep produce flame up just to
Okay.
help us see things that we dark vision might miss.
Alright, I'll give you
Yeah.
a little token that you can carry around.
Yeah, I'll
Produce
keep.
flame.
I'll keep light on as well, even though I have dark vision now. Just because dark vision only gives dim light, and I'd like to have bright light around me still.
Alright, so produce flame for you, Jairus. I'll give you this little token and you can move it around to portray your light source.
As a
Once you
heads
get
up,
it-
Seb. Sorry, I can't see anymore. Well, I can with the torch, but I think I lost my dark vision.
Oh, let me fix that up for you, sorry. Let me get this. Jairus and... Okay, dark vision. Anyone else want any light sources? It's a little bit difficult to actually strike a flame up here. But, you know. You guys have other ways to generate light, then let me know. If not, then looks like you guys are ready to go.
Is it snow in here? Do we still need our snowshoes?
It's snow, yeah. There's
Okay.
snow everywhere.
All right, everyone ready? Start moving in.
Alright, as the cave mouth opens up, there's a 20-foot high concave roof. And it looks like most of the cave floor has fallen away. In fact, there is an enormous chasm. And you can kind of vaguely see these ledges made out of the natural stone. And the snow does give way to ice-covered snow. So you will need to swap to crampons at some stage if you don't want to be slowed down. Well, you'll be slowed down, but if you don't want to slip.
Is there any obvious signs of tracks?
You can make a survival check to look for tracks.
Yeah, I will do that.
I can assist since I am proficient.
You can make your own survival check. But, you can't give the help action on that.
Okay. Well, never mind.
Anyone can do that. It takes several minutes, and if lots of people do it, it can impede someone because you're walking all over other tracks. So, did you want to do it as well, Jairus?
Yeah.
Okay, you just specify next time. Because, yeah, I was going to say 3 people walking around looking for tracks, it's probably going to give the other people disadvantage to spread out and basically walk over tracks. So, you guys will be at disadvantage. Kelgrath, you spend 1 minute looking for tracks, and it's just snow. Varus, you do note that there was a blizzard recently, and tracks get obliterated by blizzards. So nothing's been here since the blizzard at the very least. You can tell that much. Unless they are particularly agile or flying or have some way to not leave tracks.
Gotcha.
There's a big lump of snow built up near the cave entrance, and then it gives way to slippery, icy looking floor.
Alright, move up a little bit more. What do I see down here?
That's the trail continues up the mountain.
Up the mountain? Oh, so this is the cave here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought this whole thing was the cave.
If we're going onto ice, I'll put my crampons on.
Okay.
Likewise.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Alright, so it's difficult terrain, but you won't be able to slip over if you have the crampons. And this is your produce flame as well, Jerris. If you want to have it, then you'll need to take that with you.
So I'll get a good look down this chasm here. What do I see?
You can't see the bottom of it. You can see about 12 or so feet down. When you move up to the edge and peer down, you see that it's 80 feet deep. Now, to your left, there is this floor here that looks like a sheet of ice, about 1 foot thick. It's built up along the chasm. It actually spans the chasm like a bridge. And then off to your right, there is a pathway. It's, you know, a bridge of natural stone that hasn't collapsed when seismic activity had created this fissure. And you can start to see some bloodied bones and a skull scattered along the ground.
Alright, I'll tell everybody what I see.
Yep. Can we just assume we all put on crampons at this point, just for as an anti-ice thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Winston's got darn crampons.
Unless you
Well-
specify otherwise, I'll presume that you swap to the most appropriate footwear.
Well, I mean, at the moment, the only ice is right here, right?
No, it's pretty much ice where you're standing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Well,
doesn't,
then yes, I'll
doesn't
switch over
snow
crampons
inside the
too.
cave, so there's no snow
See,
any
that-
further in.
See, okay, so that's why I was confused earlier, because I
Yeah,
was like,
well,
oh,
you-
is this
you couldn't-
pathway snow?
Yeah, you couldn't see in the cave earlier, so yeah, I couldn't give you that information.
Right, I thought that was the cave, is what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'll switch to crampons too, obviously. So what exactly is this then? Because this looks different.
Yeah, I'd explain it just a moment ago, but I'll explain it again. It's a 1 foot thick sheet of ice spanning the chasm.
Okay, so it's like a bridge.
Yeah.
And when I look down the chasm, you said it's 80 feet. I don't see anything at the bottom, though, like any corpses or bones or anything.
No, just an 80-foot deep
Okay.
chasm. Yeah. If you see something, I'll let you know. I won't leave things out.
All right, I'll move up cautiously. Look down here too.
It's the same chasm, 80 feet deep. It's a little bit narrower towards the edge. It's there's a chasm, you know, big hole in the floor. And there are bloodied bones all over the ground here. And you start to hear some whimpering coming from beyond. As you take a look at the bones, the ceiling, it tapers down slightly and it forms a 10-foot high tunnel. And there are still bits of flesh clung to these bones. And to your left, there is a niche. In fact, there are several niches that have been dug out of the stone walls. And they contain heads. Severed heads. There's a frozen dwarf head. There are 3 frozen human heads. And it looks like there are 3 other smaller heads, maybe halfling, maybe children. And bones all over the ground. Large bones of humanoids, as well as some goat skulls as well, and probably some goat bones. The whimpering, it's coming from around the corner to your left.
Kind of wait here for everyone to get over.
There's no problem crossing this bridge. You've got your spiked boots, and they dig into the ice quite well. And as you come around the corner, Varys, there's a yeti. So this cave is about 5 feet higher, about 15 feet high, and you see this enormous yeti, about 12 feet tall, and it sees you as well. It is already like turned its head to look at you as you approach. And next to the yeti, there are 2 other creatures. It's a bit of a strange sight, actually. There is a yeti tyke, a child yeti, and it's actually playing with this Lightfoot halfling wearing cold weather clothing. They're curled up in a fetal position, and the tyke is hitting the halfling around like a ball as the mother watches. And the yeti turns to you and lets out a fierce growl, Varys. It jumps forward and it growls loudly.
Yeah, I'll yell out Yeti and get ready to charge it.
Okay, you're charging it?
Mhm.
Go for it. You can run up to it. It doesn't attack you. When you run up to it though, it does. We'll roll initiative. At this stage, Boy starts barking. And Garrett and Boy run inside the cave. "There's a fucking yeti coming!" he yells. "Run!" Alright, the yeti lets out a warning growl and then you charge in. It steps in front of its tyke. And I'll fix up your initiative, Mimi and Garrett. Poor Garrett.
As a heads up, I'm at the bottom, but I should be going first, it looks like.
Yeah. You're up first, Ash.
Okay, hearing Varys start to charge in, let's go in after him.
It's all difficult terrain. So, every square costs you 10 feet. And it doesn't stack with other difficult terrain. No difficult terrain does.
Okay, and then with 30 feet, let's go ahead and dash to get up next to this guy and make more room.
Varys.
Alright. I'm gonna push my way through here a bit more, and then I'll continue to focus on it as I make the dodge action.
A boy starts barking and makes a acrobatics check on the ice. Boy skittles forward and slips, gets back up, and takes a dash action and just kind of runs here and starts barking defensively, running back. This yeti is going to look down at you, Varys, and it's going to step here, provoking an opportunity attack from Ash. It roars again.
Is it saying anything when it's roaring?
Yes. It says, oh, wait till your turn, Mimi. Wait till your turn. Alright, Ash, are you going to attack it or?
Fire!
Yeah. It's got the halfling.
That hits. And it's gonna move back and try and swipe you with its claw. You hit it on its side. It barely does anything. It tries to backhand you with a claw. as it moves back. It misses. Then it turns and gets back in front of the tyke, and it turns its head and gazes at Varys. Varys, make a Constitution saving throw. Its eyes gleam bright blue, and you feel this chilling energy wash over you. You resist its chilling gaze, and then it's going to try and swipe at you with its other claw. And it misses, swiping in the air. Coriana.
He said that there was a Yeti coming this way, right?
Yeah. There's a Yeti, run!
I think I will stay right here and hold an action. In case the Yeti gets to me, I will attack it.
Okay. Ready the attack action. Alright. Any movement or bonus action?
No, not right now. It won't let me end a turn.
Oh. There we go. All of a sudden, Garrett's face is frozen in absolute terror. And he stops screaming, and he just starts... Almost sounds like he's choking. From the cave mouth, you hear some heavy thudding footsteps. And a claw slices Garrett's head clean off of his shoulder. His severed head rolls down next to Coriana. He's instantly killed. The Yeti then continues climbing along the wall. Boy barks, and with the Yeti's claw dug into this wall, it sees you all and lets out a very loud roar. And it's going to swipe at Boy. And Boy is shredded into pieces, disemboweled, blood and guts spray up against the wall. The Yeti just keeps on stomping forward, digging its claws into the bridge, and when it gets within 5 feet of you, Coriana, you can attack it. It keeps on moving up as well, finally ending its turn over here. That hits. You poke it with the dagger, and a tiny little speck of red blood paints its white fur, but it... Oops, I did too much. It does very little to the Yeti. The Yeti tyke, it's going to cower in the corner with the halfling. And that's what the halfling does. Cowers in the corner, dodging, just whimpering, held up into a fetal position, crying. Jerris.
Move forward, and I'm going to use my bonus action to assume starry form, and this time it'll be the constellation of the Chalice. And then I am going to fire off a guiding bolt, one of my free ones, at the Yeti to the rear.
Okay, Scott. Might be 3/4 cover. Let's take a look here. That's half cover. That hits. A jagged golden bolt of energy screams across the cave, hits the Yeti in the front, and then the radiant energy sears its flesh, causing it to bubble and blister, also causing this soft yellow light to surround the Yeti. So the next attack on it has advantage. Winston.
Winston will begin muttering to himself and cast Dissonant Whispers.
The Yeti struggles with the psychic energy. It grabs its head, it roars, "Rah! Ah!" and it just shakes its head from side to side, taking 5 psychic damage.
Winston will back up a little bit and end his turn.
Kelgraf.
Okay. Nice doggy. Nice doggy. Okay. Let's see. Yep, let's do it. I will move back 10 feet.
When
I
you
assume
move
that provoked?
away from the Yeti, it's going to swipe a claw at you.
Hey.
And whoosh, it tears a claw into you, and its claw emanates ice. Whoosh, it hits you for 13 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay, that's not fun. Okay. Then I will go ahead and just try to shoot it with a firebolt.
The firebolt hits the Yeti straight in the face. The Yeti screams and starts to go crazy. It really doesn't like the fire. It's maniacal with its claws swiping through the air.
Okay. And then I will move my last 5 feet, and that's my turn.
Mimi.
So what have they been saying?
So, the Yeti further on says, "Rah! Get out of my cave! Get away from my tyke! I don't want to hurt you!" And this one says, "Who the fuck is in my cave? I'm gonna rip some heads off!"
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna try and move. Difficult terrain with the crampons on?
Yep, slippery ice.
I have 10 feet, right?
Yep.
Alright, I can't see the other Yeti. But I want to call out in Yeti. And say or yell, we mean you no harm, initially, but we came here to look for this party of adventurers. We need them to come back with us.
Right, you can use your action to make a persuasion check, Mimi.
I mean, this is a really bad idea, but I will try. Because I think that's what she would do in this situation. I'm sorry, guys.
This big Yeti says, "You wanted the little one? We would have given it to you. But now you've gone too far. Now we will rip your heads off. And your heads will be our trophies, and your bodies will be our meals." Except for that other head. I don't think I'm gonna go down there and get it. Points down into the chasm where Garrett's head fell down.
We only attacked because you did. I don't have a bonus action, so...
Ash.
Okay, you said that response came from the one that's near me, right?
No, the other one. The Papa.
Okay.
Papa Yeti said that.
Mimi, did you say anything about what all that was? Or, I guess I can ask. What are you doing, Mimi?
I was just having a conversation with the Yeti. They seem bent on attacking us.
Perfect. Okay. Murder. Let's go ahead and, in that case, do this thing. Skirt around the wall here and warhammer this thing.
So, it's Mimi's secret that she can speak to animals or monsters.
Hit. You hit the Yeti in the side. Its fur is so thick and it's so mighty that the hammer's mostly bouncing off of it. Tiny little injury so far.
Okay, that'll be it for now.
Varys.
Well, I didn't understand any of that, so... does my harness divine power with the 30-foot radius, does that go through walls?
No. Harness divine power?
Okay.
Isn't that where you hold your spell symbol and get your spell slot?
I'm sorry, I keep getting those confused. Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary.
Does not go through total cover.
Okay.
Nothing does, unless it specifies.
Did Ash rage?
No, not yet.
Alright, I'm gonna call out to Ash to go help them fight that one. I'll hold this one off. And then I'm going to take the dodge action again. And move here to try to block the tunnel.
The Yeti's going to turn and gaze at Ash. Its eyes glow bright blue, and you feel a chilling magical energy wash over you. Make a Constitution saving throw, Ash. You resist. The Yeti is then going to swipe its claw at you, and it slashes the wall. It cleaves through the stone and causes bits of rubble to fall to the ground. It's then going to swipe at Varys with its other attack, and it swings straight overhead, ending its turn there. Ariana.
Okay.
Hit. You take the dagger and jam it into the Yeti's side, and blood is running down the dagger. The Yeti's looking quite hurt, but it's so angry that it doesn't look like it's showing any signs of slowing.
I'm going to spend a key point and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Hit. Kind of jump onto the Yeti's knee and knee it in the face. It knocks its head back and a bit of blood flies up, and then you hit, punch it in the throat, and you hear a snap, and the Yeti is choking, and it is about to fall.
And I will over here.
Alright, Mimi, you hear the Yeti yelling out, "Why did you come here? You should not have come here! My baby is here! Now you die!" And the Yeti's gonna continue trying to get through the cave, and it's gonna turn and its eyes are gonna gleam bright blue. And Coriana, you'll need to make a Constitution saving throw. All the while it's really bothered by the fire. It's still going crazy, and it's going to make its attacks at disadvantage. It's going to swing a claw at Mimi and miss, and then swing a claw at Coriana, and it rips that claw into 13 points of damage, 7 slashing damage, which the slashing damage freezes along your side for 6 cold as well. Ah! Ah! I don't feel good! This Yeti tyke just panics a little bit and cowers in the corner. Perilous, she cries. Jirith.
Jirith is going to bonus action healing word Kelgrath. And then the chalice effect will heal Coriana.
Thank you.
Getting healed is one of my favorite things.
And then I'm gonna.
How does that ability work? When you cast a spell on someone, someone else gets healing?
It's a second form.
Alrighty. Cool.
And then I'm going to throw my flame at the Yeti behind us.
Alright, you hold that produce flame, and that's a direct hit. It slams into the Yeti's face, and she starts going crazy as well, swiping her claws maniacally through the air. All messed up from the fire. They really don't like it.
Juris, you're pissing it off!
Hey, it's attacking people.
Varys' confidence goes down by 2.
One good claw attack can take someone's head off easily. Winston.
Let's try casting Dissonant Whispers again on that Yeti to the south.
You cast Dissonant Whispers and it grabs its head and just says, "Oh, me no can fight anymore." It loses its grip and just falls down the chasm.
And as a bonus action, I will use flexible casting to generate a first level spell slot and end my turn.
Okay, 10, 15, 20, right?
8 square is difficult terrain. So yeah, 30.
Yep, so 10, 30, right. Okay, then let's go ahead and firebolt the Mama Yeti.
Hit. She screams even louder and she starts to look bloody.
Okay, that is my turn.
No more! No more! You take it! Leave me and my baby alone!
Oh, Seb, why you gotta do that to me?
Wait. Hold up, Mimi. 1 second. Just want to show you that handout again.
You're awful.
Why is Neb? Why is it every start of a campaign you have us killing monster babies? What the hell? What the hell?
It's the campaign.
Oh, what's going to happen, Mummy? What happened to
Should I be
Daddy?
concerned about Seb's toddler?
The baby's talking like that? It's messed up.
Okay, I don't, because I can't corner that right? Because there's a wall there, and I gotta go around.
Yeah, you have to go around corners.
I regret my gnome choices. Oh, I guess I'll translate to the rest of the party. Well, the mommy Eddie seems to want to surrender now to save her child.
I mean, did you guys see like the parade of dead like heads outside?
Yeah, there's literally like 10 corpses in niches like here and here.
Yeah, she's literally going to just murder more people after this if we leave her
I'm
alive.
pretty sure one of them's Ubok, the dwarf, because you never did find his head.
Maybe I'll shrug.
I mean, I just assume these are different Yetis.
Could I fit here, Seb?
You'll be squeezing. But yeah.
I'll go there as a dash, because I have to dash just to be able to see and maybe do something next turn. Misty Step is going to find its way into my spellbook.
Hey Matt, you keep going hot, Mike.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah, agreeing with Calgrath. I mean, this is not going to end well for the next adventure that comes up here. So let's go ahead and swing the Warhammer again.
Hit. You crash the Warhammer into the Yeti's side, and she looks quite injured. Varus.
Well, it's fucked up, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Word of Radiance on the baby and the Yeti.
Okay.
It's okay. Don't feel bad.
I mean, dude, I'm going to twin a firebolt on both of them, and I'm going to hit the tyke first, so so Mama can watch.
If I didn't have to dash, I would have also tried to hit it with a firebolt.
You know, we're all monsters here.
Alright, yeah. Roll some damage, Varus. 1d6. The Mama Yeti is hit with this burning radiance, sears into her flesh. The Yeti tyke, "What's happening, Mommy? No!" is unaffected.
Darn.
Where's Daddy? It says.
That's so
So
Kind
roll
of
down
fucked
the
up,
hole.
dude.
Alright, this Yeti
So wrong.
screams, and it gazes at Winston with its bright blue glowing eyes. Winston, make a Constitution saving throw. You have advantage on this save. Nothing happens to you. And then the Yeti turns and starts trying to rip Varus limb from limb.
Uh-oh, I angered it.
Miss. It sweeps a claw overhead. Second attack.
Oh no!
It's a crit. It just drops you to the ground. You take 14 slashing damage and 8 cold damage. Total of 22 points. The lick of blood flick against the wall. The Yeti roars again. And
My final breaths, I say, I probably shouldn't have went for its child.
the Yeti mother says, "Dinner time, Tyke!" Carry on.
Yeah, if we had any doubts about sparing these guys.
Let's kill all these motherfuckers and go on a killing spree!
The mother says.
I'll teach you how to decapitate your first one tonight!
In perfect common, right?
In Yeti. That's 30 feet as well, Coriana. You have to go around walls. Can't go through them.
That's fine. I have 45 feet. I will... I'll dash up to here.
Okay.
I don't think it can move any further.
That's 60.
Where's Mimi?
I'm right here. I'm fine.
Okay. I will just stay right there then. Out of claw range.
The Yeti Tyke is going to jump on Varys.
Like this, mummy? Is this how I decapitate?
And will attack Varys. Has advantage. It hits.
Oh, boy.
And you suffer 2 death saving throws. 2 failed death saving throws. Perilau is absolutely terrified, but she's gonna stand up now. You can tell that she's badly exhausted. And she looks down at Varys and says, "Feel the healing light of Yondala." And she takes out this phallic-looking holy symbol and puts it on you and casts Cure Wounds. And you're healed for 9 points. Yondala is the halfling god of fertility. You also wake up pregnant, Varys. Jairus.
We will be rich, let's forget this life.
I will bonus action healing word Varys. And then Chalice heal on Kilgrath.
Cool, thank you.
And with my action, I will produce another flame and throw it at the Yeti.
It's a miss. The Yeti ducks. The ball of flame just hits the wall.
Step back.
Winston.
Winston is going to firebolt the large Yeti. Is it, if I move to this position, does it have cover?
No. You got a clear shot at it.
Sorry, I'm lagging. I did cast the firebolt.
Hit. Alright, it glances at Yeti ever so slightly, scorching it. That's enough to send it crazy.
That'll be my turn.
Kelgra.
Same thing, hopefully a little bit spicier, so firebolt.
Another firebolt slams into the Yeti, and the Yeti mama is looking close to death.
Okay, and then I'll move 1 space forward for more space for other people. That's my turn.
Mimi.
Amy is going to go up here.
As the Yeti looks at you, the Yeti Tyke. Well, we've got this fierce Yeti looking at you, Mimi. But then you've got this Yeti Tyke. And
What's it look like again?
you would have had to that dash to get there, Mimi. That's 3 spaces as well.
Oh, I was there.
This is you can't go through. You can't go diagonally through obstacles, whether it's an object or a corner of rock. So 10, 20, 30. Can't go.
Alright, I won't go there then.
Alright. Well, the Yeti tyke, it looks at you and it just kind of smiles underneath the other Yeti's legs and waves to you.
God damn. I mean, he did just try to claw Varys's face off, so you know.
Yep, you did.
Yeah,
I mean, did
something
claw.
Something about your presence just completely changes the Yeti tyke's disposition.
Yeah, that's fine. Is
that a new play friend, Mummy? He talks like us. Not now! Fucking trying to behead some people, you little shit!
Is Mimi's secret like she's actually 3 Yeti tykes in a suit in a cloak? Yeah, exactly.
Just really tiny Yetis. Mimi's gonna cast a spell on the Yeti tyke since it's messing with Varys. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and I'm gonna make it get a 10 on its roll with my portent die.
Okay.
So Mimi in Yeti, which I have been told by Embo since he's watching the stream that I'm supposed to speak in Yeti, not just say what I'm saying. She goes, and what she's saying is, what happened to the demon when his girlfriend joined the Holy Order? He got fiend zoned.
The Yeti tyke doesn't understand what you're saying, but finds it hilarious anyway. It kills over in mirth and kicking about. It goes prone, incapacitated, and unable to stand up.
And it didn't give me the concentration I got. Hopefully that'll prevent it from smacking Varys and killing him. And she'll yell out to Ash, kill the mother!
Ash.
A direction I could work with. Let's Warhammer the Mama Yeti.
You swing upwards towards the Yeti, but you just swipe through the air and miss. Varys, you can use half your movement speed to stand up and grab whatever you were holding. Your Warhammer.
Yep, I will do that. I'll get the little tyke off of me. Say, get the fuck off of me! And I'll cast another Word of Radiance. It went really well the last time.
You're doing the description, not the attack, when you're clicking it, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you click the attack, it'll just roll the damage for you automatically. Right, the Yeti tyke.
Oh, yeah.
It fails. It's hit for 6 radiant damage. Ah! It screams, but it's still laughing. It finds that hilarious. The big mummy Yeti is hit from this shockwave of energy, but it doesn't do anything to her. The Mama Yeti is going to glare at Mimi, and you're going to feel this chilling energy wash over you. Make a Constitution saving throw against its chilling gaze. You fail. And you take 6 points of cold damage and you become paralyzed. You actually see Mimi start to freeze up. The Yeti tyke will also not be laughing anymore because you can't concentrate. Mimi just completely freezes up. The Yeti is going to attack at disadvantage at Varys. It starts trying to swipe and it hits. hits you for 13 points of damage. And it's going to attack again. Actually, yeah. She's going to attack again. And she misses. The claw just bangs into your armor.
Skin of my teeth.
Coriana. Hit. You jump on the Yeti and you drive the dagger straight into its neck. The Yeti roars and its eyes roll back in its head. It falls down to its knees and then it falls face first on the ground, dead.
Kill the baby.
Kill the baby.
Where's the baby?
Kill the baby. And this is effed up.
While standing on its mother's corpse.
Heck yeah.
I'm sleeping! That hits. And you jump forward and you just squash its head.
See GIF above.
Fatality.
I don't have a deep enough voice to do it.
Fatality.
You rip out the mama's spinal cord and beat the Yeti tyke to death with it. There we go. In true Mortal Kombat fashion.
Alright, Varys turns to the little halfling woman and profusely thanks her and gives her a blessing from Shar.
She looks at you and says,
I mean, you've saved me, but with all due respect, I don't want no blessing from no evil gods like that.
Selune then. Selune bless you.
I've got my
Stars.
own blessings.
let's
He
just
turns away.
Let's just think Timora then, that you found me. And perhaps we should be thanking Oral as well, if she's allowed you up this mount without freezing you to death. My name's Perilous. How did you find me up here?
We followed the scent of your fish fingers. What a last name. Anyone want to tell her?
Yeah, I mean, Calgrath will explain about how we were tasked to come save you guys, and then, what's his guy? Garrett kind of lost his head in the
Garrett.
ensuing.
What? What do you mean Garrett lost his head? No!
she comes over.
What happened? Can you explain that again? I didn't hear you properly.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Yeti
explain
claw.
what happened. Yeah, unfortunately, the
Forehead
Papa
off.
Yeti, the Papa Yeti came back behind us, and we weren't able to kill it in time before he killed your friend. I'm sorry.
Wait. Garrett was with
Ask
you?
him to come with us.
What do you mean? Where did you find Garrett?
Further down the mountain.
Oh no. I don't know what happened to him or the others. What are you doing up here in the first place?
We're here to hopefully rescue you guys. So, 1 for 2, hooray!
Keegan won't be happy.
Wait. Who's Keegan? Who sent you?
Keegan's in the name, right?
Yeah, she's just got like no idea like who you guys are.
Keegan, Garrett's husband.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it in character. You know, if you don't want to roleplay, then you don't need to, but maybe let someone else roleplay instead.
Yeah, I'll explain that. Well, Carrot was your adventurer guide, right?
Yes, he was. He was the scout, and we got attacked by the Yeti at the front of the cave, and oh, it was horrible. Mokingo, it didn't last long. He faced the Yeti and it swiped his head clean off. Garrett run down the mountain, and Asterix run up. It went and chased after Garrett, and I ran in the cave. And that's when the tyke grabbed me and tackled me, and it's been using me as a toy ever since. It's horrible. Oh,
Well, they're dead now, so hopefully they can be avenged, and finding the rest of your companions is going to be a little bit safer because we're still.
companion.
Maybe he'll look at all the heads on the wall.
God.
Are these the rest of your adventuring party?
What? Ah! Oh! Oh! Horrors! Oh, I can barely look. But now that I've looked, I can look a little bit better.
Garrett's down that way. I don't know if you
Dwarf?
want to.
Ah! Luckily, I don't have dark vision, so I can't see.
Yeah, it's honestly probably better this way. Unfortunately, it's kind of a horror show back where we came from. So
1 second. Ah! Oh! Wait. She looks down at the bones. Oh. Rest in peace. Mokingo. She looks around at the skulls. I don't see Asterix here, no. Horned head. Like a tiefling. Grandma ever said, them tieflings, they're good luck. If you hold one of the horns for 5 seconds while standing on 1 foot and do a jig, they're good luck. And, well, I wish I'd had this horned head right now, but Asterix definitely is not here. That means she might
be further up.
Further up. Aye, that's where she ran off.
Well, all right. So I guess we still need to find one more person. Hopefully, it's a little bit easier with the Yeti family gone. Frickin' eyes wide shut nonsense. Okay. If you want to come, please. It's probably better to stay together as a group. Unfortunately, because we got separated early, we weren't able to help your friend. So it's best to stay with us until we get down the mountain together.
Says, "Aye, of course. Let me just gather me things." And against the wall, kind of hidden under the remains of a partially shattered dog sled, there is a backpack. And Perilous just puts the backpack on, and there's also some blood spattered old weather clothing.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt the role play, but when it's done or while the conversation's happening, Jiris is going to throw out one last heal. It's all healing word on Mimi.
Perilous
Sure you
will
don't?
say, "I've got this one," and we'll do a cure wounds on Varys as well. "You saved my life. That little critter was going to rip me apart for sure."
And I'll have the chalice heal on Varys as well.
Thank you, dearest. I tried to get the take off of you there, Varys, but I must have hallucinated a bit. I thought you were gone, unconscious on the ground.
And sorry, one more thing. I will produce another flame when it's convenient for you, Seb.
Sure.
Yeah, Varys thanks both of you profusely and says it might be a good idea to rest, but if you guys want to push on, that you know.
I mean, I don't mind if people need it.
My main thought here is that since there's some people to find, that time might be of the essence, but at the same time, I feel like our resources are pretty low. About what time is it, Seb?
It's about maybe evening, early evening. Parallel says,
I mean, we cannot leave her up there for another night. That could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah, if it's getting a little close, then I would probably say we should probably push on, hopefully.
That is the same thing that Garrett said about you, I will point out, before he got decapitated. And we do have a guide with a lot of dogs at the bottom of the mountain that may not make it through the night if we have to camp up here. Especially with those big snowcats lurking about and hunting humans and other creatures.
Oh, wait, I'm not human. I should be safe then.
They prefer humans. I think they probably eat whatever they can.
she stands near as many humans as possible. Tries to surround herself with humans.
Is there I see this little like pile of snow and bones. Is there any anything worth looting here?
You kick around and that's exactly what it is. Snow and bones. With a few bloody chunks of frozen meat.
Is there anything else where she grabbed her pack from? Is down here somewhere?
There's some broken remains of a dog sled. And there are some pots and pans.
Maybe we'll take one and put it on her head because she gave hers to Kelgrath.
Alright, there literally is a mess kit here. It's got some cutlery, a cup, and a cooking pan. And you could use it as a cooking pan or like a plate in a shallow bowl if you kind of open up the mess kit. So you basically got like a mess kit like on your head. It's kind of like a V, an upside down V shape. And you can, it's an improvement, an upgrade from your regular pot.
Stronger.
It's a full-on mess kit. And Mimi's AC increases in her mind.
It's 20 now.
Oh! Grandmama used to say that was good luck if you put a mess kit on your head like that. And spin around in a circle 3 or 5 times.
I'm pretty sure that I took a bit of damage in this battle because I was missing my pot.
Yep, and honestly, probably the reason I survived was because of your pot. So thank you. Your sacrifice was appreciated.
All right. Well, good luck.
Give your pot away again, grandmother.
I do hope you find Asterix soon.
Are you not coming with us?
Yeah, you're coming with us, right?
What? I never said I was coming with you. When did I say that? I never said that. Did anyone hear that? I said nothing of the sort. I'm going to slow you down anyway. Oh, I'll show you how far I can run in 6 seconds.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's all I can walk in 6 seconds.
When was the last time you ate?
You're just as fast as my grandmother.
For a couple of
you can come with us.
Can I offer you a nice cheese chunk in this trying time?
Cheese chunk? My favorite. Grandmama said if you ever find a cheese chunk with 117 holes, it's good luck. How many holes has it got?
I haven't counted yet, but here you go. You can count them while you eat it.
Oh!
Give it to her.
1.
Is that a her?
2. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11.
We're about to see how high 7 count.
The number that comes after 11.
If we need it, we could probably also get some meat hunk from the Yeti up there. I don't like letting things go to waste. Though we're also pressed for time, so I don't know. Start hobbling out.
I'm not using
we
that.
I'm gonna take a peek around this corner here.
Alright, there's a cliff, and the cliff is about 10 feet high. 10-foot high ledge, so you can't actually see over there.
Oh, it's going up from where I am?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to climb it a little bit to see past.
Yeah, it's 10 feet high.
Gotcha. Well, you guys want to climb up this and see what's over here, or you want to get out of here?
Yeah, we should probably just get out of here.
You'll be
This could
back
where all
soon,
the
won't you?
treasure is.
We shouldn't be too far from the summit.
What were you doing up here again?
Well, we was exploring, of course. I'm actually bodyguard. And I was. We came here because Mokingo was looking for Oil Monotarch, a lycanthrope Goliath that said to be able to turn into a bear. Mokingo, he's from the Akananthic tribe. He wanted to test his mettle against this lycanthrope werebear Goliath. You know, to show
As
her
you do.
strength to the other Goliaths up in the spine of the world. Well, he was one hit in the face by a Yeti. Spiked his head off. Oh, it was horrible. Stop making me relive it. Grandmama said it's bad luck to relive deaths.
Think more than your grandma say that.
Now you guys want to exit the cave now?
Yeah.
Alright, Parallel says, you won't be gone too long, will you?
We'll try not to be.
Okay. Now you guys can exit the cave. When you guys exit, you see a boy's body just basically shredded into pieces.
Aww.
And Garrett's headless corpse just laying on the ground, frozen blood pooled around him, and then a few flicks of blood leading towards the chasm, where if you look down you'll see his head down there somewhere. You exit from the frozen cave, and you're quite close to the summit.
I'm gonna check Garrett's body real quick for maybe some type of memento that we could give to Keegan.
Does he also have a mess kit that we could give to Varys?
Alright,
Maybe his wedding ring or something.
yeah, you can get the wedding ring, and also, you do remember Keegan saying that Garrett was fond of, like, pepper shakers, and Garrett got a salt shaker on him. And on the wedding ring band it says, "You are the salt to my pepper."
Ha! That's pretty good if you just came up with that.
So you get a Scrimshaw pepper shaker, and now that's your inventory, and also a 1 Garrett wedding ring.
Wait, is it a pepper shaker or a salt shaker?
Oh, sorry, salt shaker. Well,
Oh.
yeah.
All right. And then I'll say a prayer to Jurgle over his body.
In terms of Garrett's equipment, he has some leather armor, cold weather clothing. He has a short sword and a longbow and a quiver of arrows, but he does not have a backpack. Does anyone want to take the weaponry? Short sword and a longbow.
Take the longbow.
Okay, add a longbow to your inventory.
And the arrows.
Okay, it's got 20 arrows.
You won't be needing this anymore.
Short sword, anyone? At the very least, you could sell it. Okay.
I can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can hold on to it and we can try and sell it when we get back to town.
Or you could make a trophy out of it to remember the bravery of Garrett, how he ran into the cave and got instantly decapitated.
Poor guy.
Alright, add the short sword to your inventory, Ash.
Okay.
You guys now head out, back up the mountain. You know, it's been pitch black this entire time, so the darkness is no stranger to you all. And, yeah, you walk past the blood where Makingo was brutally decapitated and where Garrett had fled. Supposedly, the tiefling Asterix has ran up the mountain when this has happened. So you head up, traveling for about 30 minutes. And unfortunately, you come to the edge of a vast and deep crevasse. Nowhere to go but down. And there is a collapsed tent lying half buried in the snow near the precipice. It looks like a ruined camp. So you're coming to a peak now, so you're sloping upwards and up and up. It's all snowy, and then there's just like a sheer drop off at the edge of the snow and just a mighty crevasse. It must be several hundred feet long. And Jerissa, you can't even see the bottom of it with your 300 foot of dark vision.
Alright.
So there's a collapsed tent buried in the snow nearby.
Well, it's worth a look. Maybe the Asterix is hiding in there.
Alright, are you heading over, Ash, to check it out?
Yeah, I'll kind of cautiously make my way over there in case there's like ice or snow that like breaks under us.
Yeah, I'll follow with him to provide light.
Okay. Two of you march over to the collapsed tent, and when you come close, you notice that this tent has been here for way too long, like much longer than what these guys are here. You can tell just from the deterioration. There's claw marks in it, and it just looks old. And there's no one in there, but when you get near the tent, you notice jutting out of a nearby snowbank is a pair of blue leather boots sticking up. And then you look over a little bit to the side of the boots, and next to them is a grim display. A figure in cold weather clothing, sitting in the snow. Her knees are pulled in tight to her chest, and horns protrude from underneath the figure's fur-lined hood. And she seems to be looking down at the blue boots.
Hello?
Okay.
She doesn't. Oh, it's only Ash and Jiris, I think, that's gone over there.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that noticed that.
Are you all right? Are you Asterix?
She doesn't respond. She just continues staring at the boots.
Am I able to see all of her legs?
Yeah, she's in like a kind of like a fetal position, crouched, arms around her knees.
Okay, I was worried for a second they were hers and they were not attached.
She has boots on, brown boots.
She's showing any signs of being alive?
She's not moving.
See like breath or anything?
Are you going over to her?
Cautiously, yeah.
Alright, you go over to her.
Close as I-
And you get up next to her. And we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Is this where she morphs into the thing and absorbs me?
Yes. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys back soon. 10 minutes. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey,
Okay, so you've found this abandoned, ruined camp. Jerris and Ash have moved in to take a closer look, and then they've spotted these blue boots, and then nearby, huddled up in this frozen mess, is Astric. And Jerris, you've approached Astrix to see how she is, and she's completely frozen solid, staring at these blue boots in the snow.
I'm pretty sure she's dead, guys. I put.
Oh, continue.
I was gonna say, is everybody back?
yeah, I'll come up next to you. Should we take a look at the boot body?
Mhm.
Then I'll kind of wave over at the rest of the group back and kind of point towards Asterix. I don't want to shout in case there's Yetis.
Hobble over.
yeah, I'll get a little bit closer as well.
Guys come on over, and it appears that after escaping this Yeti, running up the mountain, Astrix has met her fate here, frozen solid, the elements finally claiming her.
Oh, that's depressing.
It is kind of a bummer.
She has a sad look on her face as well, a look of despair as she stares at these blue boots.
I'd like to try and... Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to try and see if we can, get any identifying features or see who this may be. As far as I
The
recall.
boots?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just boots sticking out. You can pretty much see that. There are some legs there as well. Oh, the rest is covered in snow.
Try to.
Can we try to dig out the body?
That's what I was gonna say too.
You can try that. You can try anything you want. This is the wondrous world of D&D. You guys let me know what you do, and I'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, I'll try to start brushing the snow off, digging the body out, uncovering it, however that needs to be done. Use my produce flame to help if that's possible.
It does help indeed. So when you start digging, you do notice not only is there snow built up on the body, but also ice. And much like Asterix, they're frozen solid. They're literally frozen solid. But with the produce flame, you're actually able to melt off the ice and free the body enough that maybe you could probably pull it out now from this icy tomb. But it's not going to be easy. You could try with an athletic check, Jerris.
I'll step back and defer to Ash on that, as he is much stronger than me.
You could both try.
And I'll help him.
Okay. Ash, you can help Jerris if you like and make an athletic check with advantage.
Yes, let's...
I am very weak. I'm still a growing boy.
Everything helps.
The body slides out easily. You pull on the blue boots and you pull out the body, and they've been decapitated.
God damn it.
No head, just a sturdy looking dwarven body.
Damn, these Yetis like taking people's heads off.
He has
Their favorite thing.
a frozen backpack on, cold weather clothing.
It's okay. Should we just bring both bodies down? Looks like we got one. At least we were able to save one of them. Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah, does that account for all the people that we were looking for?
Yeah, that's all of them. Well, this dwarf wasn't supposedly a part of their group.
Okay, so blue boots is extra.
While we're here, perhaps we should search him?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You might find out something about him.
Is it normal for Yetis to collect heads?
Yeah, their favorite thing, decapitation.
Just checking. I mean, Mimi's gonna check the corpses for pots if she can.
Which corpse?
Is one easier to check for pots than the other?
You take a look at both the decapitated dwarf and the tiefling. They both wear cold weather clothing, and they both have backpacks. Backpacks have been known to contain pots.
I wasn't sure if one of them was like still partially frozen over with ice.
No,
That might make it
they're
more
frozen.
difficult.
No, they're frozen solid, but you can pry the backpacks off of them. Unless for some reason they're like stuck on some sort of glue or something.
Okay. I'll take the Asterix's bag then if I can.
Yeah, it is a little bit frozen up, and the leather is so hard that you could pretty much snap it. But you pull it open and ice breaks and falls onto the ground, and it's a drawstring backpack with a flap over the top. So you take off the flap and you pull open the drawstring. It opens up easily enough, and you take a look inside, and there's a it's essentially a scholar's pack. So whatever is contained in a scholar's pack, and there's also an empty vial, but when you pull it out, it's quite heavy, and it feels kind of dense and solid, like there's liquid in there. And there's also a spellbook, leather-bound spellbook.
Ooh.
So that's the scholar's pack. If you're interested, it's got a book of lore, and the book is it's called How to Not Freeze to Death on a Mountain, and it doesn't look like it's ever been opened. And
Wow.
there's an ink, pen, parchment, or pages, a little bag of sand, and a small knife. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the vial with the invisible liquid must be a potion, and potions can be identified just by taking a sip. And then the spell book is a little bit out of your league, Mimi. You can get most of these spells, but you'd need to make an Arcana check with advantage if you wanted to figure them out now, just by having a quick... Actually, no, sorry, you could figure them all out. No, actually, never mind. There are some second level ones, and it's DC's 15 plus spell level. You can read them all just by taking a quick flick through the pages, and they are as follows. Spellbooks. I put spellbooks. Let me try and find this spellbook. There we go, in the spellbooks folder. Asterix's spellbook. It has Alter Self, Cloud of Daggers, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Expeditious Retreat, Scorching Ray, Shield, Suggestion, and Tensor's Floating Disc.
Alright, and this is my first time playing a wizard, so I apologize if this is a silly question. Can I copy spells from one spellbook into my spellbook, or is it like a switch out spellbooks type of thing?
You can copy the spell books. You can't use someone else's spell book. When you write in your spell book, you do it in your own way, kind of like your own style, and you're not able to use other people's spell books and vice versa. You can copy those ones using the rules for copying spells. It's 50 gold pieces and 2 hours per spell level. If it's a divination spell, you can cut that in two. Cut it in half.
Right.
The time the gold.
And then the potion was in like a flask.
It's a vial. Right? Yeah. Made of glass and an invisible liquid inside. You can just feel it. It's heavy and you can actually kind of slosh it around.
Maybe I'll take a small taste of it, just enough to identify it.
What's your familiar's name, Mimi?
Mr. Waldo.
Alright. When you take a sip, Waldo disappears for a brief moment. He vanishes.
Oh. Waldo? Where have you gone?
You guys see Mimi looking around and talking to someone who's not there.
For normal.
Yeah, that's normal though, right?
Yeah.
Waldo reappears. You know what this is, Mimi. It's a potion of invisibility.
There you are, Waldo, you silly boy. This here's a potion of invisibility. There's also a spell book here and lots of ink and parchment stuff. Does anybody mind if I take the spell book?
Oh, go right ahead.
That's for the potion of invisibility. It's a very rare magic item. And when you drink it, you become invisible for 1 hour. Anything you're wearing or carrying is invisible. And the effect ends early if you attack or cast the spell. Great for sneaking and hiding.
Also unused.
Alright, so what now?
Just think you just need to get back down.
Who wants to take this potion?
Varys doesn't need it.
Yeah, Juris doesn't need it really, if somebody else wants it.
Nobody's just giving it to Mimi, like everything else so far. Bag of tricks.
Oh yeah, the bag of tricks.
I forgot I had that.
Mimi can hold it.
No, nobody else wants it. I can hold it.
Yeah. Corianne, as a monk, is probably the sneakiest person we have, it looks like.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I did pick up the criminal background, so when I can afford it, I can buy these tools and use them.
Your granddaughter's a criminal? Man.
We don't discuss history here. No judging. Maybe I'll hand you the potion of invisibility. Yeah, here you go, Coriana. Thank you for protecting us back there.
So while you guys are up here, now that there's a bit of a conclusion to what happened to these people, you did notice that Mimi was just straight up talking to the Yetis.
Yeah, I pointed that out earlier.
Yeah, so if you don't mind maybe telling us how you could talk to Yetis?
Oh, yes. I used to be a sage, and I've researched many different languages.
Can I tell if she's lying?
I don't know, can you tell if she's lying?
Do you want to roll an insight check? Is that what that is?
Insight and deception, you don't use it on other players. So
Oh.
that roll means nothing. Yeah, they're for NPCs. They don't work on player characters, according to the rules. So, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's up to you to.
I would say
as a player.
Mimi's charisma is -1. I do not have proficiency in deception. Given Varys's wisdom, I think he would be able to tell something's a little bit off. She's either straight up lying or she's hiding something.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's always a useful thing. I'm sure these won't be the last Yetis we find.
You
Speak
think?
to anything else other than Yetis?
I can speak Draconic and Dwarfish and Gnomish and Common and Yeti.
Why'd you learn Yeti?
Well, I grew up in 10 towns. Lots of Yeti around here. I don't know if you've noticed.
I mean, she's not wrong. And
Why are you questioning grandmother?
we're just curious. We're just curious.
Fine.
Nothing wrong. Plus, we should probably head on down. It's not getting any warmer. Ugh, we can swap stories later.
Actually, it's kind of hard to breathe up here. You're not like 10,000 feet, but you know it is getting a little bit difficult just to exist up here, and it is supremely cold.
I foolishly believed when you said it's actually getting warmer magically.
So, you guys head back down, and
Sorry to interrupt. Are we trying to take these bodies with us, guys?
I hope so.
all the bodies.
all right.
I'm not very strong, but I can help whatever I can.
The dwarf weighs 200 pounds, and the tiefling weighs 150.
What would be the point of dragging these corpses around?
I mean, I'm curious about this blue-booted one, but
I mean, we checked both of them, right?
yeah.
No,
Maybe.
no one's checked the blue.
I only checked one.
Well, the boots seem rather distinct. We could just ask the halfling if she knows anyone that was wearing them.
Yeah, Varys will rummage through the backpack of the dead dwarf.
All right. This dwarf's backpack is it's seen better days. It's pockmarked, and it looks like some stuff has spilt out of it. And it's made of leather, so frozen you could pretty much snap it. And there is a wineskin that had fallen out, and it's empty. And there is a half-eaten block of hard goat's cheese. And there is a miner's pick. And there's no other equipment. There's no climbing gear, no rations, no nothing else.
I'll throw the frozen cheese hunk over to Juris underhanded and say, "Here, catch."
Sweet.
Alright, add a half-eaten block of goat's cheese to your inventory, Juris. And a miner's pick. Anyone like mining for gemstones?
It the corpse didn't have any other type of weapons, just a miner's pick.
No weapons, and no head, and no other equipment, no robe or anything like that.
Do the boots look particularly ornate? You had mentioned that they were blue boots. Is there anything striking about them in particular?
Not really. They're just blue. They're made of leather.
But they seem fairly distinctive, right? Like someone who would wear these blue boots is probably could be. People might be able to be identified by these boots.
Yeah, they're definitely one of a kind boots.
Okay, I'll grab the boots then.
Okay, blue leather boots. They're a bit small. They're a bit like for your feet, and they're a bit wide because they're like dwarf boots.
Mimi's also grabbing the ink and the parchment from the scholar's backpack.
Sure. You can add them to your inventory.
And have we searched through the dilapidated tent thoroughly?
Nope.
All right, Varys will go over there and rummage through that as well.
All right, you pull out the tent, and it's just like torn and it's like kind of flapping in the wind, and there is nothing in there. Not even a pot or a pan.
And is there any like indication of where they would be going from here? I know you said that there's like a drop, right?
That's it. You couldn't go any further up.
They're
Unless
probably just
you
fleeing from the
navigated
Yetis.
crevasse.
Okay.
You don't even see a flag up here, but then again, the state of the camp and this guy's clothes and backpack must have been here for quite a while.
Okay. Maybe he was here before. All right. Let's head back down where the halfling is.
Okay. You guys have been out here in the sub-zero temperatures for quite a while now, and on the way down it is particularly treacherous. It is freezing. It is a cold like no cold that you've ever felt before. It's in that below minus 45 degrees Celsius range where wearing cold weather clothing provides no benefit. So everybody needs to make a constitution saving throw. You can easily see how someone could have got frozen to death within a matter of hours. Frozen solid.
I'm sorry to keep asking you this. Does Jirus need to roll on this one?
You automatically succeed any saving throw against extreme cold.
Alright, got to.
Yeah, your Oral's special child.
Baby boy.
Oral's baby boy. Alright, Varys starts to feel the cold lick of death claw closer. And so does Ash. And so does Coriana. Each of you have one level of exhaustion.
Let's get off this damn mountain.
It was about almost a 2-hour round trip up there and back. And you now arrive back at the cave. And you can just, you can just get Perilous. She's there.
Yeah, I'll inform her of what we found.
She comes out and she says, "Oh, wait. Where's Asterix? Where is she?"
She froze to death at the top of the mountain. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
We should really get a move
no,
on too before we
no.
meet that same fate.
No! Oh, did you get her stuff? Oh, I think she had a magic potion. And a spell
She did.
book. Oh, well, I guess that's better than nothing then. I didn't really know her that well. We just picked her up and down.
All right. Well, let's.
She was grumpy as well. She used to swear a lot. In fact, that's the only thing I'll remember about her. She was a grumpy bitch.
Oh! Wow!
To be honest, I was just hoping that you got the spellbook and the magic potion and that, and well, I guess, for a good karma and that. Well, we got to get down here.
All right. Yep. Let's get down here. Let's get out of this place.
I'll ask her about if she knows who the blue-booted dwarf was.
No idea. But, blue boots sound good. Did you get them too?
Just gotta blink at her.
Alright. Let's get out of here. Okay, which one of you can carry me? What? Come on. I'm hardly the weight of one of your backpacks. I barely weigh 50 pounds.
If you need it, I can give it a try.
She'll jump on you and pick you back.
Thank you. This is going to make it a lot easier for me to get down now. Onward! Yeah!
This was the one we managed to save. God damn it. Oh well.
Alright, you guys track back down the mountain. You know, it's a few hours trek, and it's going to be tough. And the first thing you have to deal with is the Perilous Climb. And it's a bit downhill now as well. So, it's easier. You know, it's a lot quicker to get down a mountain than it is to get up a mountain. But it's also more dangerous because you're heading towards gravity. So, when you guys get to the Perilous Climb, we have to zigzag through these icy cliffs. Just like last time, we'll need a group athletics check. It's 8 of you, so 4 of you need to succeed. And it's 3 checks in total. Each check is about 30 minutes of climbing, roughly.
I don't know if we need to say it or not, but I'll use climbing gear.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you've got climbing gear, that's a given. You'll have advantage. And the first leg is just fine. The second leg of the journey is difficult. You have to navigate more icy cliff faces. Let's get another round of athletics checks. Not looking good.
You.
As you guys are climbing down, some of you are having trouble, and you guys have to stop and help them and go back. People are stuck in a difficult position where they can't get any further or they think they're going to fall. And you basically lose an hour doing this. And everyone suffers 1 level of exhaustion. Kelgraf, you're on 1. Mimi, you're on 2. Winston, you're on
My speed is halved now.
That's mainly for combat. You don't have to worry about too much for overland travel. Kind of all balances out. Like, you're going so slow anyway. Coriana, you're on 2 levels of exhaustion. Ash, you're on 2 levels of exhaustion. Jiris, you're on 1 level of exhaustion. Varus, you're on 2 levels. And Perilau just says, I can't feel my legs anymore.
Can I gag her?
Grandmama always said a good gagging is good luck. Alright, so it upset your progress a little bit, but there's no going back now. You have to continue conquering this downhill climb. Everyone needs to make another group athletics check. I need 3 successful group checks to get through this. Winston just stops using his arms and legs and just face plants.
Just rolls down the mountain.
Alright, so Kelgrath got 12. Ash got 10. Varus got 11.
I got above a 10.
Coriana got 11. That is enough to get you guys over the line.
Oh my god, thank god.
You've made good progress, sticking together, helping each other through, and you've just got the final stretch now. This should be the toughest part of the climb, and after that it's all smooth sailing. You probably get down to the bottom of the mountain in just over an hour, provided there's no more setbacks. Another round of athletics checks. As you guys are getting more exhausted, it is becoming increasingly more difficult. And I think most of you have climber's kits actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Varys does.
Yeah. Kelgrath has one. Eurus has one. Mimi has one. Alright, if it was not for those climbing kits, they've basically saved your lives. Using those harnesses, preventing yourself from falling too far, and creating lines that can help you navigate these steep slopes, using the ropes to climb across. You guys finally navigate the Perilous Climb, and you head back down the mountain, and you guys get to the Fallen Climber, where you'd found Garrett, and no more trouble from the Crag Cat. You head down where the avalanche has covered this section of the mountain, and you're basically just trudging through knee-deep snow back through the mountain goats. The mountain goats are still here. Bah! Bah, 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 they say. Bah, bah, and they bleat at you guys in a territorial manner.
Do they seem like they're still blocking our way?
Yeah, they're in your way. There's like a nest of them. They're kind of dotted up and down this cliff. I mean, they're not physically in your way, but you do have to go underneath them.
So I'm just going to ask Mimi, do you happen to speak goat?
I do not, unfortunately, know.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'll toss that half-eaten hunk of goat cheese towards them and smile and wave.
The goat gives you a nod of understanding and does a bit of like a sly look side to side, and then quickly like uses its hoof to bat the goat's cheese to the side without the others looking, and then says bam 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 and hops over here, and then the other goats follow it. They hop, like literally they're just like standing on vertical surfaces and climb up with their hooves up and up and up, and they disappear into the darkness.
They seem nice.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way down to the base camp. It's a couple more hours, and you are in the freezing cold. There's no way to protect yourself from the elements. It's not as bad, but to conclude the climb, we'll need one more round of athletics checks with advantage for the extreme cold.
Athletics or Constitution?
Constitution, I meant. Too many athletics checks. Con saves. Cold weather clothing is protecting you guys, giving you advantage. And unfortunately, Perilous is still alive when you guys get to the bottom.
Unfortunately, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Seb doesn't like controlling NPCs.
No, I thought you guys didn't like her.
I mean, we did it, but we don't want her dead.
Alright, Colgrim has dug out a snow burrow, and he started a fire to out the front of it to keep the dogs warm, but keep enough warmth so they haven't frozen to death when you guys get back. Colgrim sees you all. Oh, you're back. You've made it.
You have to sound so surprised.
I was praying to all of Morden's mammon, to you all, for a journey of safety. In the name of Martha Morduin, the finder of trails. You've found your way back, and you've found Garrett. I thought Garrett was a boy.
This isn't Garrett. This is one of his party members. He insisted upon trying to rescue them and got himself killed.
Oh. Oh, that's terrible news then. We should be saying some prayers tonight. But we cannot dwell over lost souls here. The dark is long, as are the nights, and they bring with it nasties. We should be heading to the nearest town. Things be treacherous. Wait a second. Your secrets are kept safe, but one of you have come close to revealing it. I feel it in me bones, Doomathoy. Nudges me.
He points his hand out to you all.
I call on you to reveal your secret, or any one of ye to call them out. Which one of ye have suspicions? Which one of ye can't keep their secrets anymore? Ye can keep ye tongue held, but Doomathoy knows. 10 gold to anyone who calls someone out on a secret.
All due respect, Colbrin, but we don't have time for this.
Oh, but ye do. Me key still awaits. On you get. A
Mimi's not
shining
saying
50
anything.
gold diamond, he offers. To any one of ye that could correctly call upon one secret, including ye own.
Quite the price.
I know one. Grandmama says that you should never keep secrets, lest a fairy will come and cast a spell on you overnight. And the next morning you wake up, and you'll have eyeballs where your nose is, and noses for eyes.
Your grandmama's full of shit. Let's get going.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I'm tired and I need some ale. You don't want to see me when I'm grumpy. Come on now, the rest of you. Jump on the sleds. We gotta get going.
Alright. Wouldn't it be like I don't know, like 2 a.m. by now? Would this not be a good place to rest?
Out here, you'd be mad. Lest you be set upon by whatever horrors come down that mountain, or what comes along the tundra to befall you while you sleep. It's barely an hour to Kerkonig. I ain't sleeping out here in the tundra. That's insanity.
And it's not that late, it's like 9 p.m.
All right, lead on.
One more question. We're down a sled dog because we lost Boy.
That's
Can
okay.
I wild shape into a sled dog
Yes.
and like help pull?
Yeah,
I'd like to do that if possible. I can do it for an hour.
You've seen a sled dog, so you can actually wild shape into one. I'll give you a character sheet for it. And when you guys are ready, jump on the sled, whoever you guys are riding with. Sleds are here. Coriana, Kelgrath, Mimi, and Winston. So I
I'm
know
gonna do
your
this to
marching order.
gotta honor the memory of Boy. He was a good dog.
Okay. You shape into Boy.
Oh, that's a fancy trick.
Kelgrath says.
Amazing.
Alright, I have to list the wild shapes for you. Sled dog. And yeah, when you're a sled dog, you're still if you're pulling a sled, you're still needing to rest every hour after pulling the sleds. But depending on where you're going, we'll see if you need to do that.
Alright, yeah, I can only hold the form for an hour right now.
Perfect. And the other dogs start barking excitedly when they see you. Alright, that's saved to your sheet now, so I might actually have to give you access to it. No, wrong one. Anyway, you have the sheet. I think I'll have to get another sheet though, because it's already linked up and it's not in the compendium. Anyway, you're a sled dog, and you guys leave the base of Kelvin's Can. So, Colgrim says, "Where be our destination now?"
Character Egg, of course.
Aye. And, yeah, Kerkenig, it's, with this many sled dogs, it's a 2-hour journey.
He just said it was an hour.
It's 4 miles, so it's 2 hours. I'm not gonna just make it an hour because I accidentally said the wrong time. It's clearly on, it's clearly on the map.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No worries.
All right. So, well, yeah. I mean, it's the much better alternative than to sleeping out in the wild and God knows what finding you while you're sleeping. Very, very dangerous. Probably suicidal. So, anything could come across you. Frost giants, mammoths, trolls.
Mammoth frost giant.
Invisible flying trasks.
White dragons. Very, very dangerous out here on the tundra. Alright, you guys make the 2-hour journey to Kerkenig. With this many sled dogs, you're doing about 2 miles an hour. And you guys will need a constitution save with advantage for the extreme cold to make it across the tundra. Alright, you guys are all doing fine. You see Jirrus's eyes glowing blue. Winston, the cold, it really messes you guys up when you're out here in the cold for this long. This was no sojourn. This was a particularly lethal expedition that you guys had made here. But you've come out relatively okay. The sled dogs are doing okay. And Colgrim is okay. Alright, when you go for 2 hours, you come out of wild shape about halfway through Jirrus.
And I spit out the bit and shake off the harness.
Okay. Alright, now have 8 dogs to pull 8 of you. And they're managing that okay. But it's definitely slowing them down. But it's maybe going to make your journey 30 minutes longer. You know, the sled dog speed is 1 hour per mile. 1 mile per hour usually. If you have more dogs, they go quicker.
Can I whip out the bag of tricks? And we're going to try and draw some creatures from it to help pull these sleds. So we'll start with one creature. One fuzzy object. Is that okay?
You tell me what you want to do. There's nothing preventing you from reaching in your bag of tricks and pulling one out.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, you can. Yeah, you don't need permission to do that. You can just do it. So you roll a 1d8. Alright, you reach in and you pull out this fuzzy ball. It's kind of black and white. You throw it on the ground. And a giant badger springs forth into his existence. The dogs are taking a quick rest. And the giant badger is friendly to you and your companions. And I'll have to make another character sheet for this as well, because this is Jirus's wild shape. And it does what you tell it to do, basically.
Do I think it can efficiently help pull a sled, or is it gonna?
It has. It's about a little bit smaller than the dogs, but it has the configuration of a four-legged critter.
Then I will command it to help pull the sleds.
As you're doing that, Colgrith says, "You're summoning up a badger out of nowhere. What manner of sorcery is this?"
It's not out of nowhere. It's out of this bag. Mimi holds up the bag.
Oh my. But that's a badger. It's hardly trained to brave this cold and pull a sled.
Well, if it expires, I could just pull another one out of the bag. It'll be fine.
I'm not worried about it expiring, miss, but I mean, they're untamed beasts. How can we rely on it to pull the sled?
It'll listen to anything I tell it to do. Just watch.
I find that hard to believe.
When you call the badger, it badgers on over to you. Waddles up.
I'll tell it to sit.
It sits.
I'll tell it to go as best it can, put the harness on itself.
It starts putting the harness on itself, and Colgrith is amazed.
Oh my. It's amazing. Alright then. Can ride with us.
And the harness goes on the badger, and the badger rides with the sled dogs across the snow. You guys continue trudging, and 2 hours later, you're at Caer Konig. On the way over there, you're thinking about Caer Konig and recalling upon lore and figuring out what you're going to encounter there. Caer Konig. White snow-covered slopes of Kelvin's Cairn loom large behind this quiet lakeside town. Caer Konig started as a camp for a group of mountaineers from the northern Moonsea region. As the camp grew, a wooden palisade was added to discourage raiders. Later came the stone castle of Caer Konig. Alas, neither the palisade nor the castle fared well. Both fell to orcs before falling into ruin. Caer Konig, as is known today, consists of terraced row houses that recede from the shore of Lac Dinishir, like the tiers of an amphitheatre. The harbour is frozen, its docks skewed and broken via the shifting ice. Buried under the snow on the slopes above the last row of houses are the ruins of the Caer that gave the town its name, a reminder to the people of Caer Konig that nothing lasts in this corner of the world. Travel to and from this remote town was expedited by the ferry that ran out of Easthaven. But with the ferry shut down, Caer Konig is completely cut off by mountains, lake, and snow. Forced to live on what they can haul out of the iced-over lakes, the people of Caer Konig are bitter and angry. They believe that the rest of Ten Town has abandoned them. The only thing that keeps the townfolk from leaving is the beer at the local tavern, which never seems to run out. The town speaker, a heavy drinking dragonborn named Trovis, patrols at night to keep an eye out for trouble. In his inebriated state, however, he is prone to wandering out into the icy lake or passing out on the ramshackle docks, and he almost never remembers his nightly patrols once his head clears. Caer Konig, in a nutshell, has 2 snowflakes for friendliness, 2 snowflakes for services, and 3 snowflakes for comfort. They have a population of 150 people. The speaker is Trovis, a retired adventurer that represents the town. He won over his fellow townsfolk with his brawn and good humour, though he's too blunt to be a good politician, and he drinks way too much. In times of trouble, Caer Konig can muster up to 25 soldiers, and their heraldry is a white fish silhouette rising from the center of a dark blue field. It has a white border on its sides, but its bottom. The fish signifies the local fishing trade. The broken border represents the snow and the harbor surrounding the town. They sacrifice to Oral food. So, you guys won't be eating tonight. You may want to eat on the way over there. And you may want to save some extra food. Because you don't know to what extent they're sacrificing food. So, if you guys have rations and want to eat them, cross off one ration from your inventory now. If you don't eat, then you can go for a few days without eating. Anyway.
Okay, I'll eat one.
Ferris has plenty of rations if anyone needs any.
Yeah, Mimi's got, well, I've got 13 now. I ate one, but...
Winston will eat one too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll eat.
I'll eat one.
Alright.
Yeah, same.
Their rivals are Caer Dinevel and East Haven. And there's only one road that connects Caer Konig to the rest of the 10 towns. It's a 3-mile-long, snow-covered path. It takes 2 hours to walk, and dog's legs can get there in 1 hour. You arrive at Caer Konig. It's very late. Not very late, but it's late. And the town is asleep, pretty much, when you get here. Caer Konig.
Want to remind everyone about the rumors about the gray-skinned dwarves that's supposedly stalk the streets invisibly here.
Oh.
Every other rumor we heard turned out to be true. This one probably too.
Alright, when you guys arrive at Caer Konig, Colbram, there's like just a palisade. It does have that amphitheater type setup, but sorry, the palisade is long gone. There's no palisade. It's just like kind of open, just abutted by mountains and the lac, and there's no guards standing around or nothing. And you guys just kind of come in from the north, off the frozen tundra, and it's pitch black. And Colgrim, he just kind of strokes his beard a little bit.
I've got a mate at the Northern Light, I believe. Or was it the hook, line, and sinker? Or maybe it was the Frozen Fire expedition. I can't remember. Don't come here much. In fact, who would? Sad if you ask me. Look at the town is dead. Ne'er even a light on. I hope I can be getting me some ale. Anyone know of a stable in this town?
Do I know of a stable in this town?
There's a few locations of note that you guys can kind of known of, heard of, or you've been there. So the Hook, Line, and Sinker is a tavern. Frozen Far Expeditions, as you guys know, is an adventuring outfitter. The Northern Light is an inn. I don't have a stables here.
Maybe we should go to the inn. See if that's where travelers go, then that's probably where we might find like some sort of stable for the dogs.
Well, you do know that Frozen Far Expeditions is where the adventurers that headed up the mountain went to first to stock up on things like that. So there could be kennels there too.
Yeah, okay.
They might know something about the Blue Boots guy too, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, let's head on over. Although really, I'm so tired. Like, I'd be happy to just like crash for the night.
Yeah, it's super late, didn't you say, Sub?
Oh yeah, your characters are tired. Right. Colgrim heads over to Frozen Fire Expeditions. It's on the way anyway. Like if you're going anyway, you're gonna go by it. And he does point when you guys get close enough that you see with your dark vision because there's like no lights on.
There, that looks like a stable. Ah, yes. Me
All right,
buddy.
let's
Me buddy
stay-
Jothra. That must be where he works. I'll take care of this now. You go and get yourselves a room to nap in.
Sounds good. Thanks, Colgrim.
Ah, yeah. So are we concluding business then, or are you going to be hiring me tomorrow?
We do need to go back and pick up our reward from East Haven.
I may have something to do tomorrow, so I can't guarantee if I'll be here when you need me. However, you speak to Jothra. He's a good lad. Just as good as me. He'll look after you, if I'm not busy, that is. I guess I'll talk to you then. Good night, all. Let's get
All right,
warm.
good night. Good night. Thanks.
Okay. You guys leave him at Frozen Fire Expedition and head over to the inn. And as you approach the inn, there's these buildings with very steeply pitched roofs, and there's a tiny little bit of moonlight kind of trickling down upon the town, and you can vaguely see the silhouette of Kelvin's Can in the horizon. And there's just a bunch of buildings. They're very steeply pitched roofs, and to keep the snow off, it's made of thatch. Some wagons about, some snow-covered barrels, kind of like a little intersection here, and you can see snowy boot prints all over. It's not snowing at the moment, and it doesn't look like the inn's open. There's no light coming from the northern light. You can see Kelvin's Can in the horizon, and it is pitch black. You guys hear something. A murmur. It's coming from behind a nearby building.
Ferris will stomp over there to check it out.
The town sits here quietly at the foot of Kelvin's Can, and you have seen a couple of people about, bundled up people, shuffling between these snow-battered houses. They keep their heads down, and they barely even bother to give you guys a look as they may walk near you guys. And Varish, you go on over to investigate.
I'll produce flame and kind of stay near him to provide light.
Okay. Spark up a produce flame and head on over with Varys. And you guys, can you guys see the map? You can, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, just checking. And all of a sudden, someone just bursts up out of this pile of snow. A person. They look around and they start yelling, "Who goes there? Is it a thief? Have I found these creeping bastards?" And this dragonborn man, 7 foot tall, clad in heavy armor, he draws a longsword, and as he draws it, he overextends his arm and it goes flying out of his hand and disappears into the snow. He takes one step to the right, then he takes one step to the left, and then he starts tumbling forward. He moves about 4 or 5 steps forward, and then finally he catches himself on a barrel, and in his other hand is a bottle.
Try and disarm me, would ya? I can take ya. I'm Trovus, captain of the guard.
And he points the wine bottle at you.
Ah! I always carry a spare weapon. Wait a second. Pardon my manners. You're not a creeping bastard. You're not a dwarf. A bit jittery with all this thieving going on. You're new in town. Oh, all of you. Welcome to Konig. I'm Trovus. I'm the town speaker.
Nice to meet you, sir. Nope, we're not thieves. We haven't seen any thieves. We just came in.
Varys will go to retrieve his sword.
Alright, it's like gone flying like at the back of this building near the palisade remnants. And Trovus scrutinizes you, comes straight up to you, Kelgrith, and you could light a fire on his breath.
That's what
Hello?
the thieves would want me to say.
While that's true, as you can see, I don't think any of us are dwarves and can turn invisible. So
I never said nothing about invincible dwarves.
oh, we just heard it from someone before we got here.
They were in East Haven too. We actually killed one.
Starts cracking his knuckles. Well, I'm guarding the Northern Lights, you see.
And this is just like someone's home. This is not the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights is this building at the back here.
I'm guarding. Because I think the thieves stealing. What? We've had troubles? But no one seen anything, really. Just the other night. Lantern above the Northern Lights.
And he points to this building, which is clearly not the Northern Lights.
It was stolen. Look. You look there. Do you see it, boy?
I'll look there, and then I'll actually look at the actual building with the northern lights. Is the lantern there?
Yeah, there's no lantern. There's no light coming from the end.
Okay. Man, they really did steal it, huh? All right.
That's right. And Corey, she won't let me hear the end of it because I haven't been able to find those responsible. Not yet. Anyway, don't worry. I have a knack for this stuff. You just wait here 1 minute. I know what I'm gonna do. Excuse me, ma'am. Pleased to meet you. Howdy do. Good day, is it?
He does do Jairus.
Hi, I'm Jairus.
He slaps you on the shoulder and walks forward, and he comes over to Varys, and he kind of leans in. He tries to stroke your beard.
Jothra, shouldn't you be looking after your sled dogs? You gotta watch out for invisible dwarves. Keep your eye out for them. And watch them newcomers to town. I don't trust them. They might be dwarves in trench coats. 2 of them. I'm gonna...
And he just falls forward and he smashes back into the snow where he's sleeping. It pretty much mostly covers him.
I'll put a sword near his feet.
He reaches out. His arm reaches out from the snow and he drags the sword into the snow underneath it.
Oh, it's a little blank. All
He's
right,
cute.
it's
He
late.
seems nice.
Yeah, he does seem nice. We'll talk. We can maybe talk to him when he's sober and we'll remember a conversation.
I can see why this
Like
town might have a
pathetic
crime
enforcer.
problem.
I'm not done yet! He calls out from the snow as you walk away.
Oh my god.
Did I say you could leave?
He pokes his head out of the snow.
I'm actually going to. Yeah, I think you did.
Oh. Okay.
Good night.
Good night. He just goes back to sleep.
All right, Varys is his patience is running out. He marches up to the inn and tries to open the door.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like I'm personally feeling tired
the
just
door-
imagining these guys
The
this
door
day.
is locked.
All right, I'll bang on the door.
This voice calls out. A young woman's voice. Did you fall asleep again outside? I'm telling you, Trovis. One day you're going to stop relying on the kindness of strangers. And this door opens and this pissed off looking woman flies the door open.
Who are you?
Oh, we just came in and we're looking for a place to stay. We've got money. We're paying.
At this hour?
Yep. Took a while.
Strangers coming in off the night. Who's that, Corey? And so she's a human female with dark hair. She's in her pajamas, but she has cold weather clothing and she has these striking red eyes. And this kind voice calls out, "Wait, Corey, are there people out there that need a room?" And an identical looking woman comes out. "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Northern Lights. I'm sorry that we don't have the lantern out the front signifying that we're open, but we are open. Isn't that right, Corey?"
Huh? How do we know they're not thieves, Allie?
"Well, come on, Corey. For starters, they're not invisible, and they came knocking at the door. Corey, look at them. They're cold, and they're probably hungry. Well, listen, we can't give you any food till morning, but if we have rooms, there's no one staying here at the moment."
Duh.
Corey just with a bit of a resounding gruff splag. She marches back off into the room, and Ali greets you all some more. "I will have to ask you, though, if you're coming in and staying here, that you put out your sacrifices to Oral. Some food, you need to leave it out for her. Have you done that?"
I'll go ahead and get like one ration's worth of rations and just put it on the ground.
She nods, and she says, "Once you've done that, you can come on in," and she'll let you in, Kilgraff.
Okay.
Alright, you head
Maybe
on
you'll
in.
put a ration down.
Alright, Mimi, she lets you in. You head on in as well.
Is there a particular spot for the sacrifice?
Out the front door, it's fine.
Alright, I'll leave it.
Don't worry, the thieves won't take that. They don't seem to be interested in food. You're doing a
What are they
ration
interested
as
in?
well. We can talk about that inside. You're gonna catch your death standing out there. Let's get everyone inside first.
I leave a ration.
Okay, you leave a ration, and she lets you on in.
I will too.
You drop a ration. She lets you on in. You head inside. Parallel looks at you all. "Excuse me. Hello. Guys, I don't have any rations or any money or any food."
It's alright, I've got you. And I'll put out a ration for her.
Parallel points. "See? That's mine. I put that there. Praise Oral." And Parallel heads on in.
Mimi will put another ration out, and this one is for the young monk over there. And she'll motion to Coriana, my granddaughter.
Ali yells out to Winston and Coriana, "Come on in then, come on in." And Mimi's taking care of your ration. She stops you, Winston.
Hold up! Did you not hear what I said? She places her hand on your chest. Winston stops you.
What would you like specifically?
Well, any sort of food.
Fine. I'll place out a ration.
Okay. You drop a ration, and you get the feeling like they're that serious. Like, you saw her, like, reaching for a club. Like, they will literally club you if you don't pay your sacrifice to Oral. So he lets you all in. So you head inside the Northern Light, and these sisters introduce themselves as the Shorard sisters. They're twins. Ali is lithe and charming, and Corey is stout and scowling. And you feel like there's a little bit of sibling rivalry as well, some feuds, but they try not to argue in front of you guys. Other than that, it's there's just like a small front desk and a bunch of ramshackle rooms leading off from a main hall. That's it. A small kitchen, and Ali will get you guys rooms, and she yells out to Corey, "Prepare the rooms for them. They're already repaired. We haven't had any customers lately." Alright, Corey. I was just checking, make sure everything's orderly. I know it's late, but I was just wondering if you've heard the rumors. Could you spare me 5 or 10 minutes before you retire for the night?
Sure. Of course.
Well,
Reminds me of childhood. I enjoy a good story before bed.
I just wanted to apologize about the lack of lighting. You see, we get our name Northern Light from this magic lantern that we hang out the front. It shifts colors. It's been in our family for generations. There's some thieves about. Now, we've been leaving food out for Oral, and none of that has ever been taken. But I've had my magic lantern taken, and there are a pair of goats taken from the tavern, and someone even had some pearls go missing from Frozen Fire expeditions. I just wanted to let you know to keep your windows locked and pay heed and caution to the wind.
Oh, thank you.
I must admit, our prices are a little high. However, I was offering a reward. In fact, I could give you a small reward if you were to find these thieves, perhaps. And you could stay for free. And I could speak to Trovis. And maybe he could give you some coin as well. You're quite obviously adventurous.
Could we find them tomorrow?
Oh, yes, but I just wanted to give you that food for thought. That's all. Well, you best get off to bed now.
Well, what? Speaking of food, I know you do sacrifices to Oro with food. Do you happen to have any spare, like, pot you're not using any longer that you might be willing to sell?
Oh, I mean, that's not something that we sell here. I'm sorry, miss, but we have beer.
I try to Varys. I'll look around in town tomorrow morning.
Thanks.
While they're talking, Jiris is staring hard at the twins and looking for any deformities or any other signs of inbreeding out of curiosity.
No, they just look perfectly normal. Everyone that you've met here, well, the sisters at least, they're just normal.
He nods and Jiris nods in satisfaction.
We'll talk more in the morning. You'll get your rest. And you guys just go to your rooms, and they're not much. But it's a roof over your head, and there's a blazing hearth in each room to keep you guys warm at night. Everyone take a long rest. You wake up the next morning with 1 level of exhaustion left. The next morning you can hear the sound of a lively kitchen ringing with noise. Pans being hit, things being stirred. Movement, delicious smell, and a lively vibe. Although it's dark outside and you can't see Kelvin's can, it's nice and cozy inside this inn. And Ali and Corey have made you guys a delicious breakfast. And they make quite a big meal as well, knowing that you can't eat at some stage of the night. Okay, I think I got everyone's exhaustion right. Everyone goes down 1 level of exhaustion, get all your hit points back, spell slots, and whatever else you do on a long rest. So the sisters, they want to talk to you guys, and when you guys sit down, there's a communal table that you guys can sit down in the morning. Corey comes out, the door to the kitchen swings open, and she's holding this steaming bowl of soup. She places the bowl down in front of you all, and she says, "That's not yours!" And then she goes out,
Okay.
and then she puts down the rest of your soups one by one. And Trovis comes stumbling in a little while into eating his soup. "Ah! I was guarding. Where were you last night, Trovis? I didn't see you out there anyway." He's still drunk. He's still got his bottle, and he kind of hides it behind his back as he sways from side to side. He leans out against the wall. "I'll have you know I'm the town speaker, alright? You don't have to speak to me like that. As Torm as my witness, I was out here the entire time. In fact, these adventurers here, they even saw me, isn't that right? Plain as day. Or night. This young woman over here," he points to Jiris, "she's seen me and they're friends with Jarthra. Jarthra's not here, but he can vouch for me too. I was out the front the entire night. Isn't that right, adventurers?"
Well, you were outside of a house, but not this inn.
Yeah, you were in the general area.
You definitely thought you were guarding the Northern Lights. Yes.
Corey gives him a death stare. And Ali says, "Oh no, well, I mean, we shouldn't question the town speaker's way. He was nearby. Of course he's not going to camp right out the front. He was watching from a distance." "Yeah, what she said. I like her." He starts slurping this soup. Really loudly. Corey just gets so impatient. She slams her fist down the table. "Trovis! No dwarf did this! Someone would have spotted him, caught him. There's something going on here. What are you going to do? Besides, what would hungry dwarves from the Dwarven Valley have for a lantern?" Do you mind not spitting in my soup?" And he pushes Corey to the side. "Piss off." Corey is angry and she storms back into the kitchen. "Now, Trovis, we have these adventurers here. I was speaking to them for a little bit last night, and they seem interested in helping us. I'm sure they want to help Kerkonig. I mean, they've come far. Where did you all come from, actually?" Ali says.
Well, I'm originally from Bryn Shander, but we've been traveling.
"Oh, big city folk. You came straight from Bryn Shander?"
And no, we were up in the mountain to rescue this one. And she'll point at Perlu. Well, not originally that one, but we went up there to rescue Garrett, and then Garrett wanted to rescue his party because they had been attacked by Yetis, and then he died as we were trying to rescue them, and we found her, and then we had to travel further up, but then the rest of the party was dead and frozen, so
Oh
then we
my.
traveled back down.
Oh my. Ah! As long as you're not them fucking adventurers from East Haven. I heard that some adventurers found some magic cauldron. Can feed a whole town like Kerkenig forever. We ain't got much food around here. I swear if I saw them adventurers, I'd... I feel sick. And he storms out. You see him hurling out the window. Then he covers it with snow. Oh yes. We've long been neglected from the East Haven. They steal all the fish. And they're not sending ferries anymore. But you're not those adventurers, are you? She's looking around at all of you.
Mimi's quiet.
Not. No.
Alright, I'm gonna need a group deception check. She's seriously scrutinizing you guys, and everyone's trying to be...
But I am being very honest. I am not one of them.
You can presume that the party's... you can presume that the party's filled you in on everything, so you at least have the knowledge of what they've done.
Yeah, Mimi.
I whistle nonchalantly.
Mimi has gone from being very talkative, just very quiet. She's just kind of looking around.
She scrutinizes you all. Why none of you speaking anymore all of a sudden? You were very talkative, miss, and now you're just looking around.
It was a rough night.
Mother drifts from time to time.
Right.
The elderly, you understand.
So, tell us more about this theft. Where do
Oh,
you
I want
think
to talk about those
your-
adventurers more. Can you believe it? A big town like that, East Haven, with all the fishes, and the big lake, and the big population, and all the hunters and trappers and furriers. And then some adventurers find this magic cauldron. It can feed, from what Trover said, about 120 people a night. Why, that's almost the population of Kerkenig. And then they go and give it to East Haven, while we're up here neglected, freezing to death. We've already lost at least 50 of our population just this winter. Can you believe the nerve of them? And she's really starting to become suspicious of you guys. But of course, you're here to help Kerkenig, aren't you?
Yep, that's us. We're here to help.
Good. Good. So, as I was saying, there's those thieves. And most of the valuables in the village have already disappeared.
What kind of valuables?
Travis comes back in to answer that question. Expensive one. Valuable one. Oh, what?
Be more specific.
Oh, I told you last night.
Jewelry, gems.
There was a magic lantern taken from the inn. There was a pair of goats stolen from the tavern. And there were some pearls taken from Frozen Fire Expeditions. And someone stole my longsword last night. They must be invisible. Snuck up on me. Gone!
Have you checked the snow pile to the left of the house? 2 doors that way.
He waggles his finger at you, Coriana. Yes! I've checked there already. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go do a patrol.
I check his sheath.
Yeah, his longsword's not in there. And you just clearly, blatantly see him just walk out the building and then walk around to the side where sleeping. Through the side window, you see him digging around in the snow and find his longsword.
Genius.
Please, can you help us? That's the best we've got in town, Ali says. He's useless! Corey calls out. So invisible thieves, they've been trotting around town stealing stuff. You're adventurers. Can you do some investigating?
Yeah. Kelgrath actually feels a little bit bad, which is probably why his deception was kind of poor. But he's gonna be like, yeah, we'll help. At least, I think we'd be willing to help out, right? Right, guys?
He'd be offering a reward for that lantern.
Ali says,
Yes, she is.
well, I mean, I could give you the rooms for free, and I can throw in some beer. I don't really have much coin.
Okay, Varys does not seem pleased with that answer. And he kind of
Don't really plan on spending much more time in this shithole. Not sure what beer in a room would do much for us.
Well, you can pay your bill and get out, she says.
East Haven, then?
I look around.
I think maybe it might behoove us to make friends in multiple cities. And these invisible dwarves, I suspect, are the same Dwergar we've seen elsewhere. It might be good to investigate what they're up to.
Ali gives you, Corey comes out, and Corey was the one that told you guys to get out. She comes out, and she's got this outrageous bill for you guys for the rooms. It's 1 gold piece per night each. There's your bill. Oh, and if you want beer, you have to pay, and the food's included. If you're not going to help us, then you've got busier things to do, adventurers. Go off and help East Haven, or Bryn Chandra, or one of them big city folks. Don't worry about us up here, freezing, dying. Now, Corey, come on. They've said they're going to help. They're just... everyone's a little on edge. They're going to help, aren't you? Please? I know that we don't have much. If I had more, I'd give it to you, but I simply have nothing more to give. We're doing it very tough here. We barely enough food to even feed the town.
I understand.
With all the sacrifices to Oral.
Yeah, like I said, nothing wrong with just staying here a little bit and helping out.
I like helping. Helping's my favorite.
Wasting our time.
Oh, I agree with the bearded guy. This is a shithole. I want to go home, Parallel says.
Yeah, so...
Where is your
Gonna-
home there, Perilu?
Oh,
Just gonna...
Your home is that way, and I point out towards the lake.
I live in Targos Town.
I'm gonna look at Varys. So you wanna be on the same side as that one?
Well, I'm gonna go get myself some sled dogs anyway. Thanks for saving me. And good luck with everything. I'll see you again in Targos, I guess.
Hey, you. When you get to Targos, seek out Keegan and show him some gratitude. His husband gave his life so that you could live. Show respect.
Parallel nods. Aye, and that I would. Let us hope. Let us hope. In the name of my gods, and in the name of his gods, that he had spread his seed far and wide, and he may birth many children in his death.
I don't think. Never mind.
Parallel then thanks you all.
I think she knows the meaning of the word respect.
That's not it.
She's being as sincere as she possibly can, and then she heads off to Frozen Fire Expeditions.
Mimi's gonna shout, maybe don't mention hoping he spread his seed far and wide to his husband.
Oh yes! I do worship a god of fertility. I should know how those things work. And then you see her disappear into the cold, the dark, and the snow. Alright,
Didn't
so...
she say she had no money?
She does.
Yes.
But she might have some resources in Targos Town. So, alright, we're going to wrap up tonight's session here. So have a think about if you do want to help Kaerkenig. Keep in mind that these towns do have pretty strong rivalries, and it might be impossible to get on the good side of all 10 towns. You might help someone, and that's going to make someone else unhappy. So you might have to pick and choose who you like the best. But for now, we'll wrap it up, and we'll pick it up here the next morning, next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks, Seb. Thanks, everybody.